Welcome to Bulleteer Hangouts. This is put together by Jeremy and other friends in the Raging Bullets Facebook group. And these are Google Hangouts that cover DC Comics and all kinds of other pop culture from film and television and things like that. And they're regular casual chats. And if you don't have a chance to participate in the actual Google Hangouts, this is a way to listen to the audio from those Hangouts so you can be a part of the discussion yourself. Hopefully you'll enjoy these.
All right, Governor. Sweet and chimney for you. 22 ago.
I'm going to help, Troy and I have been talking, I'm going to help edit some of these, and that's going to be the beginning of the episode right there.
Alright.
That's going to be the beginning. I'm going to cut everything else out before that part, and that's how we're going to start it.
Well, in that case, then, I'm assuming we're going to be talking about Man of Steel.
Yeah, finally saw it, which is nice.
In that case, just in case anyone is listening to this and they haven't seen Man of Steel, one, why the hell not? Two, go and see it. And three, I'm assuming we are going to talk the hell out of this film. So if you don't know what goes on, turn off now.
Also, I know you posted something, Isaiah, but I'm not sure about you, Mark, but Trinity War, finally, after 2 years of waiting, we finally got it. What a first issue.
Well, what do you want to do first? I mean, Man of Steel or Trinity War?
Let's do Man of Steel.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. You guys, feel free.
Before we talk about it, just very quickly, what do you think?
I absolutely loved it. Though I loved it, but the beginning I could get it why people said it was a little jumpy in the beginning. I got that, but other than that, I loved it. How did you like Man of Steel?
I enjoyed it. And I liked the beginning. I know a lot of people didn't like it or thought it was too small. I thought it was a nice opening.
I would love to see a whole movie with Krypton. That, by far, was beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
A few of the ideas I really weren't that. A few of the ideas I really weren't feeling, like the whole Tony and David are actually wrong. But upon a second viewing it really grew on me.
Yeah, I thought the whole it wasn't so much cloning taken from the skull, but it was just taking genetic DNA and creating a specific person, which that was really interesting.
Yeah, it made Doc more sympathetic. I could see where he comes from.
He couldn't help what he was doing as he was genetically programmed to be doing what he was doing.
He was bred to protect her no matter what. Whereas Kal-El, he was chosen whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah. And that was the thing. It's like, that's why whenever Jor-El said, hey, we have this son, we did it the natural way. That's why he could save Earth, because he wasn't genetically programmed to do one specific thing. He could grow, he could adapt. He could choose what to do.
Yeah, one thing I felt about it though, it didn't try to take away the nature versus story of Superman. Like Superman's story is that he could be anybody in the world, but because he happened to land in Kansas and was raised by the Kents, is exactly why he's Superman. Well, the way Krypton is that if any other Kryptonian baby landed to Earth, would the raising have the same effect?
I just thought, like I say, I saw it 3 times, and the first time I saw it, it was really, really good, but there was just so much to try and comprehend that it was struggling. The second time I saw it, just freaking amazing. I think you have to see that film twice, because the first time you see it, it's just overwhelming with all this stuff going on.
The visuals.
The second time I saw it, it was just brilliant. And the third time I saw it, I just sat back, relaxed, and let it wash over me and thought, this is the dogs.
Because that's how it was. The first time I was watching it because it's a Superman movie, and I was with some friends. The second time was that watching, analyzing everything and looking for all the minute details. How it's impacting me.
Yeah. I love whenever the giant LexCorp truck in the background, plain as day. Though the Wayne Corp logo was a little bit tricky to catch. That
it was on the
as,
satellite when they were went into space.
Yeah, I caught it, but they didn't really show it all the way. It wasn't like the LexCorp, which was right there.
I mean, the one captain, the female captain of the army, her last name was Ferris, probably. Like Carol Ferris.
Yeah.
I saw that, but it was spelled differently.
I didn't even catch that.
Oh, at the end, when that captain or lieutenant said, I think he's kind of hot, she's got C. Ferris written on her jacket.
Okay.
Carol Ferris.
That would be cool if it was her. It would be.
But apparently, I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about it. And apparently, there's a scene that after he destroys that world-changing machine, and he's lying on the island, there's a background scene, and there's a girl on a horse, which they're saying is Wonder Woman. I don't remember seeing that.
No.
I was still trying to get over the fact that while he's underneath that gravity thing, he turns into Christopher Reeve. Did you see it?
He turns...
When he stands under that big gravity beam, he's pushing down on him, and you see the close-up of his face.
Yeah.
For a fraction like that, he turns into Christopher Reeve.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
It reminded me of the scene in Superman 1 where after Lois dies, Christopher Reeve does, I
think that's pretty much what it was. It was kind of freaky.
Though the last line of that movie may be my favorite last line of any movie, with Lois Lane telling Superman, "Welcome to the planet," because it's the Daily Planet, but she knows he's Superman.
The only last line in any superhero movie that compares is at the end of Batman, where Gordon gives Bruce the jumper car.
Yeah, that was nice. But that also set up the next movie.
Well, I think this movie as well. We're going to see a bigger focus on Clark Kent and the Daily Planet as well.
Well, hopefully more focus on Lois Lane as well, because although
she did get a lot of screen time,
but she didn't really have enough time to, bring out the bitchiness that is Lois Lane.
Yeah.
She's like, she done that cock joke at the beginning.
Yeah, we got a little bit. We got a little bit at the beginning when she was talking to the captain.
Yeah, but not enough.
In the Arctic.
Lois Lane.
That's definitely, they're setting that up for the second movie. Because I took this movie as, this is the Batman Begins, to where he's not Superman until that final minute or so of the film. And then the next movie is going to be Superman.
It's interesting that the captain guy who ended up dying when they crashed the plane into the gravity machine, he originally was supposed to be Lois's dad, General Lane.
Really? That's really the only throwback we didn't get.
Did you catch the little Easter egg regarding that fella?
Yeah.
Did you hear what his code name was? Every time they called him up?
No.
Was it like, trying to think, it was like...
Guardian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Star Labs.
No.
And it's like, am I the person getting it? Well, we'll be only get it.
I mean, I really haven't had that much experience with Guardian for watching Young Justice. So
it did
take me straight over my head.
It did take me a little while to... Go ahead. Go ahead. It did take me a while to get over that, hey, it's the Law and Order dude.
Well, I love the whole film, and we can talk about it any way you want, but I just want to get this off my chest now. The only in the film that kind of took me back was the bit where Superman Clark Kent has turned up to the destroyed farmhouse. The only people there are Mark Kent and Superman. Lois Lane then pulls up in the police car. He jumps out of the police car, runs across the front garden and shouts, "Clark!" I mean, are we not even going to go for a secret identity, or just...
Well...
Because in a town that small, that copper's going to know who she means.
Well, the cop didn't really come up with her. He was still on the road, so maybe he didn't hear.
He was talking to
but I guess it's like the logic of it. It's like, Clark, hey, I know that everybody knows that you're probably from Smallville and that everybody kind of knew you had powers, but I'm just going to shout it out that you're Superman.
She might as well have just gone, Clark. Superman, who isn't Clark Kent. What's going on?
Forget what I said.
Oh, dear Lord. But apart from that, I didn't have any problems with that film at all.
And I really like all those sequences are probably my favorite as far as fight, and just because in that scene we saw him visually transform from Clark Kent to Superman. Like when he saves the army private, and then the Law and Order dude is like, "Do not fight this man; he's not our enemy." It's probably one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite of the film, other Feora.
Feora was nice.
Is that what we're going to refer to now throughout the entire conversation?
Law and Order guy. Law and Order.
Not General Hardy or Guardian, but it's Law and Order dude.
Yeah. He was on that show for what? 9 years? 10 years? Something incredibly long.
And what else? Dr. Emil Hamilton. Did you notice that we had both Emil Hamiltons in the movie?
Yeah, I thought when that first appeared in the cinema, I wanted to tell my mates, that's Emil, and that's Emil. But I think I'd have been thrown out, so.
That's smart they didn't bring in more older Superman actors, or people who played in Superman movies before.
Well, apparently, I heard that the pilot of the film, the pilot of the plane that had the escape pad on it, was the bloke who played the kid, the baby, in the original Superman film.
If that's true, that's kind of cool. There was a lot of throwbacks to, hey, remember this? Hey, let's reference that.
It wasn't as much as Smallville, but it was a good amount of little nods towards Superman ethos.
Well, let's try and talk about this in a proper sense. We'll start at the beginning. What version of Krypton do you prefer? The crystal version, or the version that's really cool?
Well, I think you just answered your own question there. Let's go.
No.
Ice planet or some planet that's very cool.
The Krypton in this Man of Steel is stunning. I like that. I'd like to see more of that.
Not a popular opinion, but my favorite live action version of Superman is Smallville. I love Man of Steel, and I love the Christopher Reeve movie, but I think it's probably because I grew up with the Smallville show, so it had a big of an impact of why I like Superman. I guess I would a lot of guys growing up watching the Christopher Reeve movies.
I don't know, the Smallville fortress seemed more believable compared to the past movies, but this one, it's actually a ship. Which,
yeah, that makes sense.
That's cool.
Can you really class that as his fortress, considering it's now blown up?
Well, now it's a big team, so you can make the hole to put the big team in.
You know what they should, I was just kind of sad we didn't get the giant gold key. The giant gold key from like the old, great Superman comics where you like pick it up. So, I mean.
What a problem to solve for the scientist to where he goes, why isn't the key going in? Wait, I just have to move it to the left a bit.
Yeah.
Actually, I've just thought of something else that that seems a bit odd. The scene in that control room when Emil Hamilton calls in that general, whoever it is, and he says, "What have we got? An asteroid?" He says, "Oh, an asteroid doesn't make course corrections." And the general looks at the screen and goes, "I've got a feeling they want to make a dramatic entrance." Really? Do you have to explain to me what they're doing?
Though,
I'm 37. I can work it out.
Though, didn't in Independence Day somebody said, is that an asteroid? But then another character goes, hey, they don't make course corrections. I could have sworn I heard that from another movie.
Yeah, it was Independence Day.
It was like, I know a lot of people were complaining about the Carol Ferris cadet not knowing what terraforming was, despite being like a cadet in the military.
Who, if you go out and ask 100 people, half would probably not know what terraforming is.
Yeah. The only reason I know is because I like play a lot of people and watch like stuff.
It's not the average conversation to where you go to a party and go, hey, let's talk about terraforming.
Most
What do you
people
think?
probably think that terraforming is some kind of fake grass you stick out in the garden.
Wait, I was thinking about, I know the blogger guy who took the information from Lowe's was supposed to be a play, I guess, on team. But when I saw him, I can only think about Bleeding Cool.
What was the last part with Bleeding Cool?
Oh, the blogger reminded me of Bleeding Cool for some reason.
Oh. Yeah, kinda. No, I was thinking more IO9. But
Lois Lane knows who he is.
But what a way to go out. Lois Lane gives you this lead to put out on the internet, then you throw her under the bus. Just completely under the bus.
Yeah, but to be fair, if you've just been called up on national TV and there's some alien saying, if you don't give us what you want, we're going to destroy your planet, I have no problem observing saying, you know what, don't ask me, this is not on my shoulders, it's her over there.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with it. But maybe that's just me.
What do you guys think of that?
Awesome.
Second.
There is, I do not know anyone that can play psychopath as well as he can.
Well, there's this one guy, I don't think you've heard of him. His name is, Camp. Yeah, but I think this is the best depiction of Zod, I think. I was kind of hoping we could deal before Zod.
I do hope whenever the DVD comes out, and if there's a blooper reel or outtake reel, that just playfully he says kneel before Zod. Just, I know they didn't want to put that in there. I know, but it's just something Easter egg type thing.
But now we have a new catchphrase for people use. I will find you.
No, as they were going to all the different TV screens, seeing how with each different country the language was changing. That was kind of cool. That reminded me of the V show that came out a couple of years ago.
I wonder how long it took it to learn how to speak all those languages. Because I think one of those was Mongolian.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine that's an easy language to learn.
Well, it's probably some universal language type thing.
No, I mean the actor. That was his voice in all those different languages.
Yeah. That would take a while. Though that's probably the only thing he does know.
Although, as awesome as Doc was, Thor was the star.
Why couldn't the Kryptonians terraform Mars?
Sorry?
Why couldn't the Kryptonians terraform Mars?
Because that would have been a really boring film.
That's the waiting for the Martian Man.
And probably because...
Yeah, and John Johns would have kicked their ass for it.
Well, plus, if you look at Earth and Mars, Earth has more life, it's more sustainable, it has is a lot different than Mars, so it might be you have to have certain parameters.
Talking cameos, so kind of not the scientist dude from Kryptonians, he's from Smallville World.
Yeah.
He was a clone of Lex Luthor.
Okay, I was wondering, I was waiting for that character to show up. I thought he was actually playing Lex Luthor, not just some scientist.
He was the scientist that took Clark's blood.
Okay.
So they did have somebody in there who's Lex Luthor.
But, yeah, I was kind of looking out for that character, but I didn't recognize him playing the scientist.
Now, the most interesting question is, where do we go from here?
Like the next movie?
Yeah, or the whole universe as a whole, as far as DC in their film projects.
Well, I don't want them to rush it. No. It's taken them, 30 years to get to this point. I don't want them to think, oh God, we just made $500 million, let's just chuck out any old piece of crap. Because then it'll be 30 before we get to this point again. And I don't think there's going to be another Batman film for a very long time. Because they probably looked at what happened with Spider-Man, but they seem to be rebooting it every 4 weeks.
Well, Spider-Man...
And it's just killing it.
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Man was rushed because Sony really wanted to keep the film rights. I wish they didn't. But Batman, I think we could see another Batman movie in the next 5 years, and it would still have the same care that the no would have.
Or... With Henry Cavill said that he is open to play a world's finest movie. So introducing Batman that way.
That would be like the second season of it. Then have a world's finest, and then that can lead into the Justice League.
Yeah. I mean, I still say they need to... We have a great Superman movie. We have the Christian Bale Batman movies, but I think we still need to complete that trinity with the Wonder Woman movie. Just to complete it, and then get into Justice League.
Yeah, Wonder Woman movie, I think it's one we need. You really ever had any female-based movie or good females? I mean, the closest we're getting now is that one shot with Haley Atwell, but I think Wonder Woman would do extremely well if they allowed it.
Well, I can't think of what her name is, but the actress that played Formula, I think has shown actually can have a powerful female lead.
Yeah.
Because up until then, the only actress that was able to pull off some sort of like tough, hard as now action hero type thing was Sigourney Weaver.
Well, I like Jamie Alexander. She played Steph in the Thor movie.
Well, I've actually been thinking about, like, okay, you have a Wonder Woman movie. We all say that we want to have a Wonder Woman movie, but it's like, do we go straight to modern day? How do we do it? And I think I have figured it out. How awesome would it be in that first movie, deal with all the gods and goddesses and all that, and that big final battle, she wins, but she gets knocked off into some ocean, and then as the final scene, she's found by Steve Trevor on a beach, and then the second movie starts with her with that whole area.
I think the issue they probably have is if you have Superman and Batman and you make a half decent film, it will make money and you can continue.
Yeah.
What they found out with the Green Lantern film is if you take these secondary characters, as non-comic fans would think they are, and you don't get it right first time, you're going to struggle to make that last. So if they make a Wonder Woman film and it's rubbish, that's it dead in the water for 30 years. So they need to make sure that whatever they do is spot on. Otherwise, it ain't ever going to happen. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think it's about 1992. They made a TV pilot episode of Justice League. And it's the only thing I've ever seen where I physically wanted to gouge my own eye. It was just awful. And that put the kibosh on any sort of Justice League live action film until now. And that's the risk you run. I mean, look at have you ever seen not the Captain America film with Chris Evans, but the last one they made about 15, 20 years ago. God, awful piece of crap. And it's taken them this long to start again.
But you would think that Wonder Woman would have a bigger fan base than, say, Green Lantern, because she is part of Batman and Superman.
Well, her popularity is more like Mickey Mouse. She's well known in the cultural zeitgeist, but she's not exactly relevant, sadly enough.
Yeah.
But a character's popularity doesn't guarantee success. Superman Returns.
It kind of goes, if you don't use the character, then you're not going to have that fan base. And if you have a bad movie, then at least that character's out there somewhere.
I think a Wonder Woman I think Steve Trevor would be, again, I think I would frame the movie around Steve Trevor and then from there, it's about him and Wonder Woman on the island as seen civilization. And that would lead to Justice League.
It would not surprise me in the slightest if we never see a Wonder Woman film.
I can get that.
Simply because if they do make a stinker out of that film, no one will ever want to touch it again.
But what would be worse, though? A bad Wonder Woman movie or a bad Wonder Woman TV show that they're trying to make?
Well,
if it's a choice between... Sorry, go on, Bob.
I was going to say, I wouldn't say it would be bad if the CW was doing it. I mean, they've done pretty well right now with Arrow and Smallville.
True.
If it's a choice between a bad show or a bad film and not having one at all, I'd rather not have one at all.
Well, a bad movie leaves a bigger mark than a bad TV series would.
True.
Because they could all cancel the show like one season in and forget about it.
Yeah.
All I'll say is go on YouTube, Google Justice League TV pilot, watch that program, and then after you've cursed me for an hour and a half you'll never get back, you'll know what I mean. Whether it's the choice between rubbish and nothing, have nothing. Because when you have a program that turns Guy Gardner into an IT salesman, you know it's rubbish.
Hey, Jeremy, how do I turn on YouTube for everyone else to see?
All you have to do is just press the button for YouTube. It should come right up.
I pressed it and I can see the thing.
Okay,
Don't
wait.
make me watch it again, because I will come over there and have a word with you. Trust me. I do not want to see that thing again.
Okay, everybody, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you see that, the YouTube? Because I hit my button.
Right now, I just see your camera.
Huh. Maybe you just have to, I don't know then.
Click on YouTube.
Okay, it worked when it was just you and I last time.
Oh, I am downloading the YouTube app now.
Maybe you have to have it downloaded. I don't know.
Got it.
I'm not going to bother.
I'm old. I'm old, and new technology takes a little while to get settled in again.
The technology just hates us.
Just think, we have to physically do this. Who knows? Next 10 years could be just computer, YouTube. That'll be it.
How old are you? How old are you, Jeremy?
23.
23, right. I'm 37, yeah? You have no idea how far things have come. Yeah,
Hey, I remember now.
I had a Commodore 64. If I wanted to play a game, I had to put it in a week in advance to get the bloody thing going.
I remember dial-up and all that fun stuff.
Oh. Dial-up.
Don't pick up the phone.
You had that in kindergarten?
Back when I was in high school, CompuServe used to charge a $12 per hour rate during the day and a 6 hour per hour rate at night. Peak times and off-peak times.
Kids today don't know they're born.
I mean, I remember.
You just turn it on and it works.
I remember Beta.
I used to program my punch cards.
Make sure the hole's there.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter and the Justice League movie. Scary. It's a pilot.
Are you watching it? Oh,
I watched it a few years back.
I feel your
And,
pain.
it made me physically sick to my stomach. I mean, it's good for a laugh. Like when the atom puts down to fix the TV.
Oh. Have you seen his uniform? It's like they bought it out of Toys R Us or something. It's just...
It might have.
And aren't they fighting Weather Wizard?
I just... Oh. Good God.
Let's go back to the movie, though. We kind of veered off here.
I don't know.
So,
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Since the post office didn't work out. Check out the size of these things. That's it. Turn it off. Hey, this is the phone number.
Sorry, guys. It's real life.
Just listen to it. I can hear it through the radio. Oh, taking shit.
One of those. Look at that this time.
This is back up there. Come out now and see.
Not enough money? You got a record?
No problem.
No, guys, I just shouldn't do.
You're so demanding. Never give a guy.
Is this from the relationship experience, though?
Don't worry about me.
I heard your girlfriend told me that she has a nightmare.
She's still running around. We all do.
Excuse me, but that sounds
No,
like
turn it off because I can hear it.
Wait, you gotta do the costume.
this doesn't even... This just looks like a regularly bad TV show.
Just turn it off. I can actually feel myself coming out of the way.
You're gonna put on a Justice League. Let's put on a better one.
I was
Oh,
doing research in the desert when I came upon this
that doesn't even look fake.
specimen.
This looks
It
bad.
was off the charts, but I couldn't resist picking up this rock. It was
A rock.
compelling. There was something unworldly about it.
That TV pilot you're watching.
Nothing happened for a day or two, but when it did, it shattered everything that I
Can
believed
you see
in.
what I mean? About...
I didn't know what was happening to me, or how to cope with it. I was embarrassed to tell anyone. My friends.
I love the costume made out of Play-Doh.
Yeah.
How could they understand when all I could think about was the word freak?
You have to see the Martian Manhunter.
There's a bloke who
Figured
plays
I
the
could
Martian
handle it
Manhunter.
myself.
That bloke out of MASH, isn't it?
I lost
This is
everything.
really, really fat and can't move.
Everyone.
So, Mark, how old are you?
I'm
doesn't matter.
37.
You might remember the other clip in here then.
The what?
The Flash.
I've got a clip.
Well, I
They could-
remember this Flash TV series.
They couldn't spend another $30 on actual fabric? It doesn't even look like there's actual clothing. It just looks like...
That's worse than the Flash. That's the worst of the Flash series in the 90s.
Oh, I quite like that TV series.
I did too.
I thought it had a lot of potential, apart from all the mullets. I think it was the mullets that killed it. The mullet's looking anything. I mean, that's just a travesty of nature.
Business in the front, party in the back.
All right, how do I actually play one of these YouTube videos I added in here?
Just press the link.
Just press the link.
There we go.
Come on, here we go. Here we go. Line up. Ho, hatchu. Yeah, good, good. Well, it's nice to see you. Tell me, when is the last time you all had a physical? Oh, you got good muscle tone. That's good.
This actually happened.
I tell you what, give me your hand. I want to check your pulse. That was voluptuous going there. 604, that's normal. Now I want you to race a mile. Hold on. Ready? Okay, go. Okay, so I'm the kind of race with you.
Oh, is that Super Friend?
I haven't seen people dressed like this since I had lunch at Alice Cooper's house. So we're about to see our heroes roasted and toasted by their arch enemies and by other super villains. To the Doomsday Device, correct?
Where is this doomsday device?
I don't know, but we must find it.
We wanted to make sure it just wasn't a physical attraction.
If you think the Hawkman's so tough, let him walk through Harlem with them wings on. By the time he got to Lenox Avenue, he'd be Kentucky Fried.
I think this is like 1974.
Everybody okay?
Later, make house calls. You know what I mean?
I'm delighted to be here tonight with all my favorite superheroes. Brightest day, the darkest night. The world's fastest man.
Unless you're good at removing arrows.
Where can I find a psychiatrist out here? Holy Amazon! The Batmobile is total!
Oh, sorry, 79.
Hosted by Head of Bear.
Up your ears. Some making their first live-action appearance, and some their only one. We're probably never going to see this cast of characters again. There's really not a laugh to be had, which is probably what...
That was interesting, to say the least. I remember this show.
My ability to talk with fish is of no help, Wonder Woman. Nothing can save you now, super fools. What? The Powder Puff Girls?
Why do people always get that wrong? It's Powerpuff! No,
How informative. Well, there is a D in destroy, as in destroy them.
What you can do some special team.
Destroy them! Thanks, Powerpuff Girls.
no problem. We're big fans of old school.
You girls are developing into quite the superheroes.
Someday we'll be as developed as you.
Why are you watching Powerpuff Girls? Got that out your system?
We had our laughs. We had our jokes.
But you see now what I mean is, if it's bad, it can kill the franchise.
Yeah. Just by the costumes alone, apparently.
Just by Atom's costume. I mean, that is the worst thing I'd ever seen. It's just like, why are you walking around with half a ton of plastic on your shoulders?
That's
Was it?
Shocking.
Man or Batman?
Anyway, back to the film.
Yeah.
Did anybody have an issue with the ending?
I had a bit of it. Well, I had a bit of it on my first viewing. Like when Superman kills Zod, the whole theater crowded like, yeah! And I'm sitting up here like, Superman does not kill!
Yeah, it was like 50 in the theater I was in.
But on the second view, I realized that this is a Superman who's young in his career. He hasn't built up that movie with no one died, so I'll watch it. And then he didn't have any other choice.
It's almost,
it's not like he's experienced and been doing this for years. He's basically a farm kid against special forces.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's alive at all was a miracle. You know, if he had been around for 10 years, I'd be a little bit more of a problem with it. The first day out of actually fighting somebody with strength.
Oh, yeah.
Someone else said that if he had done that in the comics, there'd be a bit of an issue. But it's a different medium, it's a different universe, it's a different Superman, different rules.
And you can almost make the argument that whenever he does kill Zod, that's when he basically becomes Superman. He's like, I never want to do this again. And my hand was forced.
The writing was on the cards when he sort of turns around and goes, this is only going to end in one way.
Yeah.
Either you die or I die. They weren't going to kill Superman.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a good point, Jeremy. I never looked at it like that. When you think about it, the older Superman from the old comics was always the older, like, uncle guy who was like, I never killed, so I was looking at an example. But we never think that he himself had the experience with killing someone, so he wouldn't know the way up. This Superman has killed before and knows that it should only be a last resort, and even then, you should look for another way.
Yeah.
Plus, he had to, right when Zod started flying, you knew that if he didn't kill Zod, Zod would eventually win because Zod was actually good at fighting. He could barely keep up with Feora, so he knew that eventually Zod was going to win.
Yeah. And with no way to actually get back to the Phantom Zone because he doesn't even really know what it is, I still think. That even though he may, here's this place, I don't think he fully understands what it was, that there's no way he could get him to the Phantom Zone even if he wanted it to.
But it's like Al said, he doesn't actually know anything at the moment.
Yeah.
No.
All he knows is there's only one person on the planet that can stop Zod, and it's him.
Yeah.
And at that precise moment in time, with no experience to back him up whatsoever, he turns to desperation.
Yeah.
And where's he going to put him anyway if he captured him?
Exactly.
Break out of every jail in the world.
It wasn't like they didn't introduce kryptonite or anything, so.
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum. Batman.
It's Batman's problem, not mine now.
Are you glad? Are you glad that they didn't introduce any kryptonite stuff?
Yes.
There would have been way too much if they had done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They already did the atmosphere worked similar to
they kind of introduced the idea that it won't exactly be nice for him with the atmosphere, but if they'd introduced that as well, then it would just be overload.
You feel that God actually got a job a bit, or is his power level? I mean, he could barely take Jarrell in the fight. He could barely take Clark, even when Zod eventually got full powers. Feora could take Clark out solo without any, superpowers at all.
Not really. She still had the super strength and all that, and speed.
Well, she did, but she didn't have all of the Kryptonian full abilities. And even with the full damage, God still had a hell of a lot of trouble trying to stop Clark.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those things in the film where you just have to go with the flow for the progression of the story. If you think about that too much, you
I just talked it up to Zod being a better tactician than a fighter.
Yeah, he's the one planning. He's the one that sends people out to do his bit, which makes sense.
Yeah, but mind you, Superman's dad kicked his ass. I can't see why Superman couldn't.
Yeah.
And
that's the only thing in the beginning part of Crimson that I wish they'd changed. I wish it had been Lara that had beaten General Zod. She's in the, I know in the comics, she's the military one.
Yeah.
And he's scientist. If they'd done that, that'd have been perfect.
She was hella useless in the movie.
Yeah, apart from giving birth, what did she do?
Don't press the button. Should I press the button?
No.
Like
going back to Jor-El here, Russell Crowe, I think best Jor-El. Any movie?
Oh.
Any TV show? Definitely.
He's better than that Dick Who's a Smart.
Yeah. But the movie implies that he got erased from the fortress, the bomb destroyed the key. Maybe,
it's
maybe
not.
not.
Fortress, it's a ship.
It's
the
a
fortress
ship.
will be the next film.
But,
he's gonna find a crystal, and he's gonna worry, what do I do with this? And he's gonna throw it away, and then his big mountain's gonna climb. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, it's almost like the crystal was the ice and all that from Antarctica, which I thought was a nice touch. But do you think that they left enough opening for Russell Crowe to come back to the next movie, or is he gone permanently? Because the key is gone.
The DVR version.
You can still salvage the fortress ship.
Oh yeah, the fortress.
Depends on if they pay him.
Depends how much they pay him. But I don't know. I think in the next film, they're not going to look back too much to Krypton. They're going to just take the franchise forward.
My speculation on the second film is going to be that that's where you're going to see Lex Luthor make his play about Superman being, for the lack of a better word, a menace. You know, he's an alien. Look what his and his kind did to Metropolis.
More of a
now after the rise of Lex Luthor.
He's being more of a politician than wanting to grab that beachfront property.
Yeah, if they do that again,
I need my realist.
I know it's not agents are evil, but come on. Lex Luthor's not a fake agent.
Land, Mrs. Cannibal. Land.
What they might do is have Lex Luthor as the main villain, and then have him, along with the military, who still aren't sure, have Metallo. So you've got the main villain for him to go against, which is Lex Luthor. And then when it comes to the action scene, you can punch Metallo.
Do you think that's introducing Kryptonite too early in?
No, I think if they introduce Metallo, they're going to have to introduce Kryptonite. And as I'd already heard on another podcast, they've already brought in where they can get the Kryptonite from because the terraforming things created it.
Did the terraforming process go that far as to actually create Kryptonite?
Well, I don't think it would have created Kryptonite. There's probably stuff that came over from the ship. Remember, when he was on the ship, everything was weakening him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should wait for the Just League movie bringing the Kryptonite. It's a good reason for having meet everyone else.
Do you want them to pull Iron Man too and introduce a sidekick? Like a Steel or Supergirl?
That's that question of that pod, isn't it? I mean, if they suddenly introduce Supergirl in the second film, they could drown the franchise.
I think that...
then Superboy, and it's just, keep it to Superman.
I think what they might do
Third film at Paradise.
Yeah. I think what they might do, and I think might be a good move, is have more of a relationship between Jenny Olsen and Superman. Have her kind of being like the sidekick for the second movie. Then bring in somebody like Supergirl.
Yeah. To go back for a second, this is what I was expecting when we were talking about Laura. Like, I wanted this, like, really strong, kick-ass, woman. But instead, we got what we eventually got. But, I mean, as far as Jenny, would you want her to be Superman's friend or Clark's friend?
Clark's friend. Almost like that confidant, in a way.
His best friend.
Although she's not Olsen. Not credited as Olsen in the movie.
No, it's just in interviews.
It's just Jenny.
Yeah. Well, I think that was kind of like, you can think of this as Jenny Olsen, but then you can say, they actually, to really maybe hardcore fans, like, that wasn't Jenny Olsen, that was just a new character. They can go either way with it in the second movie.
Or they could just bring in Ambush Bug and make it the best.
Yes.
Has anyone seen Ambush Bug dressed up as Power Girl?
Yes.
That was just the best thing I've seen in a comic all year. And then behind him was someone dressed as Ambush Bug, dressed as Power.
No,
Brilliant. Just,
the Superman suffered from a lack of identifiable to put in his book. Because when I think of who would I want as a villain, I can only think of Metallo and Redhead.
Hey, Mark.
yeah, that is just amazing. I'm going to try and get that on my computer and have it as my saver. Look at that.
That's
That's hard.
I'm not sleeping tonight.
Well, hot dog in the back is crazy, you know?
Yeah, why did
The weakness of the hero.
I never knew Ambush Bug Flash fiction existed.
Best episode ever. Issue.
So would you mind if Man Steel had a non-Superman villain as the villain? I guess say like Parallax or somebody.
It's kind of tough to answer because you want to save some of those really big villains for just.
Yeah, they are a better time. Definitely. I think they left the door open.
They're only in the band.
If you go away from well-known Superman villains, you could alienate the audience at large, which these films are made for. I mean, there's nice little snippets in there for the comic fans, but it's mainly made for as many people as possible to enjoy it. So if you suddenly have Captain Cold rock up to take on Superman, it wouldn't get on.
It would be interesting with Superman Unchained, the guy that's in there now. It looks like he's going to be a villain for Superman. It would be interesting to bring
the Hiroshima bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
because it could be interesting bringing him into like a third movie, have this new character. So it's not like he's not a Superman villain, but he's not exactly all that well known.
If they make a third film and it's going to be some big physical opponent, it would be Doomsday.
Yeah.
To end the trilogy.
It's just that's the thing with Superman villains. You got such big power sets that you can say, he'd be good here, but he'd be good for Justice League or wherever.
Hector Hammond.
Yeah, but I think they kind of ruined them with Green Lantern there.
Yeah. I've just been like it with every Superman.
I can never look at Hector Hammond again the same way. It's every time I read the Superman comic with him in it, I just think of the Green Lantern movie and shake my head.
See, I actually like the Green Lantern film. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but
it had some editing problems.
Has anyone seen the director's cut?
No.
I have not seen that yet.
That's only got a little bit in there, but the bits they've got in there is all Hal Jordan with his nephew. So it expands more on the Hal Jordan character. And it makes the film so much better.
Do they explain the whole GL mythos regarding ice like it's magical? I think that didn't help.
No, I think
they started the movie later.
I think there were editorial and directorial things what made that film. Because I actually thought that Ryan Reynolds made a fairly decent Hal Jordan. He's got that sort of cocky, self-assured character that Hal Jordan is. I just think that, and also making Parallax a cloud. Who's scared of the cloud?
That was my big problem. It wasn't Green Lantern so much as it was really the villains that were unbelievable.
But I like the suit.
The what?
The suit.
The suit? Yeah.
He looked derpy.
You want to see a crap Green Lantern suit? Continue watching that Justice League pilot. That's a crap Green Lantern suit.
I think as far as the suit goes, it would have been better if it was more of a like a military looking outfit or a police uniform instead of that weird. They should have used a practical suit instead of Cynthia.
I think the Green Lantern film was hurt by the hype surrounding it. I think a lot of people got in there expecting it to be this next great, amazing superhero film franchise, and it turned out just to be a good film as opposed to.
I mean, Green Lantern has that capability of being that great superhero film. In that the whole Green Lantern universe is vast. You have all the different color spectrums. You have Necron. You have all them.
Well, if they made the Green Lantern thing with Jon Stewart. We could go around the planet. Yeah, that would be a good film. I want to see a Green Lantern film where Jon Stewart blows up Mogo.
Oh no!
I would pay £10 to go and see that film.
Alright,
With all the superhero movies they're making, we have to see Mogo at least once.
Anyway, as far as Green Lantern goes, I think about when they went back to Earth. I think the movie should have been filmed both in space.
Yeah.
Just as long as if they do make another Green Lantern film, as long as they bring back Mark Strong.
Do you think they're going to ignore the first film, or are they going to just go straight up?
Say that last part?
Yeah.
You think they're going to ignore the first film when they make a probable sequel?
I think I don't think they should do a sequel to the first one because it's like, Sinestro turned Yellow Lantern, but they
reboot it again like they did with the Hulk.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes.
Like, it wouldn't be a direct sequel, but it would be
I think there's too much negativity around the Green Lantern film to try and go through a direct sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, notice nobody ever came back with Daredevil.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff that Hal was also there.
See, again, I didn't think that was a bad film. It wasn't amazing, but...
I can't really think of no legitimately horrible movies. I mean, Catwoman.
I'll say Catwoman was shocking.
Electra.
Electra, that was pretty fucking. Anything with Punisher?
What? The first Punisher movie was awesome.
They should redo an Electra movie
was awesome.
with Robert Rodriguez being the director. Do it in that Quentin Tarantino style.
The only film I've seen that's worse than all of those, including the Catwoman, was the one where David Hasselhoff played Nick Fury.
Oh.
That was just like, what are you doing?
Well, did you ever see the Donald Glover Captain America movie?
Yes.
Oh, with Salinger?
Is that the one where the Red Skull actually looked like a rubber mask for Halloween?
And he's Italian.
Yeah, he was Italian. Yeah.
Italian bastard.
Awful.
And he just drove on a scooter going, ciao.
Actually, considering all these films, why do they still make superhero films? There's only been like 4 good ones.
Yeah.
Not superhero. Avatar is a pretty crappy movie. Last Airbender.
No, the worst movie of all time, the Dragon Ball Z live action movie.
Oh, yeah.
That was horrible.
Bad.
Is that worse than the Double Dragon live action film?
Wait, the English one or like the Chinese one?
I only saw the English version.
Super Mario Brothers movie.
Bob Hoskins played his own new drummer. Yeah, that was awful.
My name is Mario. This is my brother, Luigi Mario. But you know what?
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck was a great movie.
Duck Tits.
They just came out with a Darkwing Duck game, didn't they?
They make it DuckTales.
Yeah. I knew something.
On that real, Batman and Robin is the greatest movie ever made.
That never happened. That film never happened. It was just a mass worldwide hallucination.
That movie is awesome when you think about it. I mean, it's like, you have everything. Ice Punk, Ice You.
Honestly, when I saw that at the cinema, the scene where he gets out the bat card, I'm like, I've got to get out of this cinema because I'm going to scream in a minute.
Always keep it with you.
That was, I feel sick.
And then you have, but Mr. Freeze is probably the greatest thing about the movie. All of the puns.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Oh, I don't know. He was probably the best thing in a really bad film.
No, Bane was probably the worst thing.
Bane.
Yeah, he just looked like a steroid junkie.
Now that we have Tom Hardy Bane, you can't. You have to live up to that. Not the other Bane does not exist.
Actually, I watched that last night.
Say that again?
It's his inbred cousin.
Then you have my permission to die.
That Tom Hardy Bane was so much more believable than poison ivy, shooting up drugs into him, all that. Ugh.
I know. I mean, so what would you want for your Batman movie? A retelling the origin, year 2 story?
No, I think actually the best way to introduce Batman would be for a world finest.
Yeah.
Where you have Superman and... Because they could even lead into it with Bruce Wayne just turning up in a Superman film as Bruce Wayne. Not as Batman, just as Bruce Wayne. Then lead that into world finest.
I think Batman is a well enough known character that we really don't have to retell the origin.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the origin for Batman, do you? Everyone knows what it is.
But I just want that standalone. One reason I think we need a standalone Batman film is because, so you have super realistic Nolan films that we need a standalone Batman film to show him fighting dudes like Mr. Freeze, the Scarecrow, Killer Croc. We need people need to be reintroduced to the concept of Batman fighting actual supervillains.
He can do things himself and doesn't need a Superman to actually help him.
You need to do that. If you're going to see a film that's essentially about a man dressed up as a giant bat, you're pretty much going to forgive them anything as long as it's decent.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're basically going to see 10 quid and see some have a mental breakdown.
I'm not sure. I know a lot of people who dislike Brave and the Bold because it's not a Nolan Batman. Because it's not realistic. The Nolan films really aren't that realistic themselves.
I think people would be more willing to have a sense of disbelief with the Batman film after the Christopher Nolan ones.
One thing I hope they do have a more kinetic Batman. The Nolan Batmans, and even the Batmans before them, seem kind of pinkish in their fighting style. It's like the way the armor was built, it really wasn't built for the whole mobility, like jumping around.
That's why he says, I want one suit that I can turn my head.
Yeah. Like, I want to see Batman on film similar to how we had Captain America.
Can I just say that as someone that goes like a in body armour and has to fight people in body armour, you ain't never going to get fighting style that's smooth. Trust me. When you're wearing body armour, you are not going for speed. You're just going to get over as quick as possible so you're punching anything that moves.
What, kind of going back here, what villain would you want him to face? Because we already had Bane. Who?
That might.
I mean, we've had Bane, we've had the Joker, we had Scarecrow, and all that.
Well, if you want to go by someone that was really freaky and mental and dangerous, the way they've just redone the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
He's gone from a jock to a class H1 psychopath.
But you have to have a way to do Tweedledee and Tweedledum decently.
Twin Tuckler.
Hodor.
As far as villains, my personal preference is Freeze. It's my favorite Batman movie. But beyond that, Killer Croc
could you do like a Poison Ivy type thing?
Yeah, you could. It's just that you have that fear of people remembering Batman around.
Yeah.
Well, they did Two-Face again, so why not?
Yeah. Two-Face would be interesting.
That was a bad Two-Face. What was it?
I'm sorry, the Riddler.
Jones?
If they can do a really good Riddler, I think that could be really good. Because, I mean, I know the 1960s Batman can't be long last, but the guy who did the Riddler then, I thought was great. So if they could, yeah. I mean, if you could do a good Riddler nowadays, I think that would be, people would really like that.
Well, I think expand more on Ra's al Ghul and the League of Shadows. And then you could probably have Ra's al Ghul as the main overarching villain, and they could just chuck all these costumes. I mean, I would love to see a live-action fight between Batman and Bronze Tiger. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Almost like how you have like a place when Red Hood and the Outlaws, they have that secret look at, I forget what they called it.
Court of Owls?
No. That would be interesting. Do a Court of
Oh,
Owls.
that'd be good.
That'd be
That could work.
But would you need to bring in more than just Batman and have maybe Batgirl?
I don't
People
think
like
you need
that. Because the only way they defeated the Court of Owls was by freezing them. Really.
Yeah, in the comic, but
Yeah.
in the film, you would have that as part of the story. You just have them as trained killers.
Yeah.
Calendar Man?
Maxie Zeus.
Maxie's, oh, Maxie's
King Tut.
Cocktail.
Actually, really could work if they played him more Hannibal Lecter-like without the cannibalism. You know, if he was like that, they could actually make him creepy and scary without being the serial killer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, didn't they do that? Wasn't there a mini-series? Calendar Man. Was it The Long Holiday or... Oh, I can't think of it. You get Killer Moffin, and she's Batman.
What about Penguin?
The Penguin would be interesting. You just need to get rid of the old Penguin, where he actually acts like a penguin.
You don't want exploding penguins?
No. Or
you could
you can
have Penguin in any Batman film, just not as the villain, just as
Just a guy who runs a nightclub.
yeah, as someone who runs a nightclub that everyone knows is Penguin.
But do you think that going too deep into him fighting crime bosses like Batman Begins? Well, I think it's a big work. You could also introduce a whole bunch of other supervillains. Like you have the Calculator and a whole bunch of guys working on his payroll.
Yeah. I would like to see almost like a cat and mouse thing with Catwoman. Because
it's not Halle Berry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because in The Dark Knight Rises, there were really almost buddy-buddies throughout the whole movie. I mean, I know there was some contentiousness, but they were really on the same side. With this, if you do her as the villain, you won't have that. You'll maybe have that some of that sexual tension and stuff like that. But
we're all talking about doing a Batman thing where he fights all these amazing villains. Why don't they kind of change it up and have a Batman film that is a detective film?
yeah, he is the world's greatest detective.
A murder
You can make a good one as a detective movie with with Clayface as a villain.
Yeah, have like a traditional A to Z murder mystery, but with people wearing very strange costumes.
Yeah.
It'd be like a Miss Marple, just as a 6'2" powerhouse punching bag sort of thing. I've now got an image of Miss Marple dressed up as Batman. I can't get it out of my head.
You can still have your action stuff, like if you got a guy like Clayface. Well, honestly, as much as it be the same as real life, I wouldn't mind them taking the story of the Batman game that comes out here, where it's like a crime boss get tired of Batman and hires a hit on him. Like the 12 greatest assassins come to kill Batman.
Yeah. Well, I've just had an idea. Have a film that's a cross between Batman and the Bourne Identity. Because Jason Bourne is basically Batman without the uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever they pick, if they do it right, it should be amazing.
As long as I don't pick Matt Damon to be Batman, all you get is Batman.
You fall into the Iron Man. I mean, with Batman, you can fall into being Iron Man 3. It's too much outside of the story.
Yeah. Since we're talking about rebooting that, who would you want as Batman?
Michael Bosco.
If you were casting the new Batman movie, who would you hire to play Batman?
What's that, Armie Hammer?
The Lone Ranger guy?
Yeah, Armie Hammer.
Someone just say Fassbender.
I did it first.
Fassbender would be good, but I think he may be too ingrained
That'd be a
into.
good choice.
But would people more?
Either him or Peter Dinklage.
But would they, for Fassbender, would they think, oh, he's X-Men and not Batman slash Bruce Wayne?
Captain America, what's his name?
Chris Evans. Yeah. Well, he did Human Torch. Yeah.
Losers, FF, and Cap.
Ryan Reynolds played Deadpool and then Hal Jordan.
I don't think many people remember the Deadpool.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston is Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. But if we're going to Fassbender and something else, I want him to play a 60s James Bond. Forget Batman. After X-Men First Class, I want him as 60s James Bond.
Yeah. You just want to see him in a tash.
Well, Craig's last Bond movie comes out in 2015, so.
They got the last. Who was the last Bond director? Because they just rehired him. Yeah. I don't know.
No, that's for the Ragman movie.
Aren't they supposed to be announcing the new Doctor today?
I would pay to see your Ragman film.
That would be pretty sweet.
That would be awesome.
Well, honestly, I want the next Bond. Who played Alfred in the Batman film?
Michael Caine.
Yeah, I want Michael Caine as the new Batman. That's the new James Bond.
I think 20 years ago that would be a good choice, but.
Well, actually, no, before we came on here, I just finished watching Austin Powers, the Goldmember. He could have played James Day.
Oh, that's a great movie right there.
Are they announcing the new Doctor today? Doctor Who? Are they announcing the new Doctor?
No, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that rumor from
that they're announcing it tonight.
Well, they just had
the proms.
Doctor Who at the proms, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to announce it there, but they're not. So
can't wait till the 50th anniversary TV special.
We're calling it now.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. As good as the new Doctor Who is, as far as I'm concerned, Tom Bates is Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I go with that.
First week.
God, how old are you?
21.
37. No, Netflix.
I mean, they say your favorite Doctor is always the first.
Yeah.
The first like.
The first Doctor I watched was Matt Smith, but I think David Tennant is my favorite Doctor.
Yeah, David Tennant's my favorite.
My favorite is Eccleston.
The best companion is Amy, though. Amy and Roy are the best two companions.
She's definitely the hottest.
Oh, yeah.
I used to really big Rebels person.
Well, so my favourite Batman is Michael Keaton, because that was the first big budget superhero film I saw at the cinema.
Hmm.
Was that the
The
one?
Tim Burton Batman films were really good. And then
Yeah, I liked the first two. I thought they were
the
great.
whole franchise was murdered.
I still love Keaton.
What's his face? Who done the third one? Who done Batman and Robin?
George Clooney.
George
No,
Clooney.
the director.
Oh.
Joe Schumacher.
Oh, that man has so much to love.
Hold on, I got IMDb.
The best Batman is always going to be Kevin Conroy.
Oh, yeah, fair play.
Anybody watching Been Where's the Batman?
No, I woke up too late. Tomorrow.
Can I just,
I haven't got any of the kids' TV programs over here, so.
can I just say the video, or the link you posted, I think it was you, Isaiah, with the different videos for Tokyo Batman? That was great. We need more Tokyo Batman.
Oh,
The first have been really good. It kind of saddens me that Super Best Friends Forever was a full series, because when we talk about wanting to get kids in different genders in the comics, Super Best Friends Forever would have been a fire hit as a regular series. And especially when the girl gets Superman Legend, he calls for my Kent.
yeah. So those were good. I'd like to see more Atom ones. Story of the Atom.
Yeah. Animal Man's are funny. Like when he goes to the bridge.
Saves the bug. Here you go. Thank Robert Golick. Let's see.
How trippy would it be if they made an Animal Man film? That would just be obscene.
If they get Justice League Dark movie right, I think they could do something like that.
Oh. Actually, can I just put forward a new candidate for worst superhero film ever made?
Constantine.
Oh, God, that film is awful.
I just watched that last week. Again.
Any film that's got the beef in it is just bad to start with.
The thing is, with the Constantine Keanu Reeves, I saw that movie. I'm putting this in context. I saw the movie before I read Hellblazer, the first trade for Hellblazer, and before Justice League Dark. I actually liked that movie. But now, since I've actually read the first trade of Hellblazer and the Justice League Dark comics, yes, that movie is crap.
Keanu Reeves and Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, Chad.
Yeah, there's a team up for you. Hold on, let's see. Who can they be?
Though Guillermo del Toro is saying blonde Constantine in the Justice League Dark movie. He wants to make it pure.
If they can't even get the main character's hair colour right, the film's got no stuff.
I did like Rachel Weisz though, but I always liked her.
He was funny as well. Because, I mean, Pacific Rim seems to get hit so far.
Yeah, I've heard people are loving it.
Now the bloke who's the black action Pacific Rim, the bloke who plays the main character in Luther on the BBC.
Yeah, Idris Elba.
He would be an awesome John Stewart.
Yeah.
That is where they should go with the next Green Lantern film. Get rid of Hal Jordan, stick him in as John Stewart, and have him blow up Mogo. Academy Award.
You and Mogo. What do you have against Mogo?
I have nothing against Mogo, but if you're going to do a spacefaring film, and one of the characters is a living, talking planet, the only way you can top that is if you blow it up.
But
Mogo could be used so well in a Green Lantern movie. I mean, he's Dagobah and Yoda reference.
So, would a Green Lantern movie be good as New Guardian type thing? To where you can bring in all these different... No?
You can't put too much. Remember, you got a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, the general cinema going audience just would not get it.
Don't know the Blue Lanterns, Star Sapphire.
If they go and see a film called Green Lantern, and then this giant talking elephant turns up in a blue leotard, it's just going to blow their heads off.
I came here to watch Green Lantern, not Captain Planet.
I can't say it. Knock. The Indigo tribe comes in with their staffs. Knock.
No, North. A giant talking dog. Perfect.
That's it. That's the new movie. The new movie needs to team up. North and Scarlet Skier. Movie.
Justice League International.
Like 48 hours.
They might put Nord in the movie, because, I mean, Rocky Rabo's about to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Rocket's bad.
Well, if they're going to have a North Scarlet Skier, they might as well have the Justice League Antarctica against the horde of killer penguins.
Justice League Detroit.
No, that's just being silly.
Yeah, too silly. No, I think they want to do DL movie again. Space Cop. Make it something everyone can get.
Yeah.
Team one, rookie cop, rookie Hal Jordan, whoever you want to make, veteran, whomever, cop movie. But, with great.
I think.
So, like, Police Academy in space.
Well,
I think
I was going more,
That's the Plaid Lantern.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Lethal Weapon in space would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon. There you go.
As Sinestro, I'm too old for this crap.
Hal Jordan and Sinestro is like a 48 hours kind of thing.
Damn it. Damn it, Stewart. You blew up Mogo. Give me a raise.
I think that's what really hurt the Green Lantern movie, though, was that you didn't have that bashing of heads between Hal Jordan and Sinestro. You didn't have that element, which I think you would need for a good Green Lantern movie.
I think Great Pal's right. If you're going to go for a new Green Lantern film, go all in. Don't have it on Earth. Set it in space.
Yep.
And just go for it.
I think too much. There was too much that I thought there was. Yeah, I thought the Earth-based stuff was just bad.
Yeah. Have 4 movies of the entire Jeff Johns run. How epic would that be?
Expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, CGI.
But still, that would be expensive.
But the anti-monitor is premium.
Oh. Anti-monitor being Mogo. Yeah.
A pre-rated range.
My favourite Green Lantern is actually Mogo, followed closely by Nor. Because the idea of a planet is essentially a space cop. Because you can just imagine that, because I'm a police officer. So I can just imagine I'll rock up at a bar site, call for backup, and a planet appears. That's just like the greatest thing in the world.
Well, then
what if we do an Earth-based show that's kind of set up with the Grant Morrison Doom Patrol? We can have Danny the Street.
Isn't Danny the Street? Didn't Grant Morrison make Danny the Street transvestite?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And do you really think that is going to get past TV censors?
But it's a street.
Look at this character. He's a sentient street. He also likes wearing women's clothing. Can we put that on before the watershed? That ain't going to happen. Well, no, if they're going to do it,
mostly covered up.
The Keith Geffing's Doom Patrol with Ambush Bug.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
Not since it first came out.
With the negative man constantly worried about this albatross that's stalking him. Ugh. Keith Giffen
and DeMatteis, it just killed me whenever they're together.
Well, the first comic I ever bought was back in 1987 with the Justice League relaunch, when it's Giffen, DeMatteis, and
JL Detroit or JLI?
yeah. That's just the greatest run on a comic book I've ever read.
Will ever go down as the Wahaha era.
Yeah,
I loved it.
That was awesome.
Anyone who doesn't like that just astounds me. Because it's just bloody good writing. It's really funny, and there is no one that can do facial expressions better than Kevin
McGuire. Oh, yeah, he was
that man is my hero. He does a power
can take down Guy Gardner in one punch.
Oh. Everyone says they hate that version of Guy Gardner. He's the best version of Guy Gardner there's ever been. One punch! And also, that's the best version of Black Hand there's ever been. The recovering is a phobia of heroes. He loses the plot and tries to kill Guy Gardner. Fantastic. That would be a good thing. But then, have you seen that Justice League 3000 they're doing?
Yeah.
They just
the creative team is Giffen, DeMatteis, and Maguire.
But in the October solicits, they put out the cover. Looked pretty good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward. Giffen, DeMatteis, and Maguire. Comic book about a loaf of bread, and I'd buy it. One punch. Like Canary in that. It's brilliant. One punch, and I missed it.
I do like that at the end of Green Lantern 20, we got a guy doing the one punch.
Yeah, well, and the Green Lantern, when he sparks out that fella.
And that little alien is like,
one punch! Which actually could bring us nicely onto Trinity War.
Alright, well, before we talk about Trinity War, I just want to talk about the 3 Justice League books so far. Like, what was your favorite part of them so far?
Well, I get all 3. I'm a huge Justice League fan. And of the 3, Justice League Dark is the best.
Yeah.
Justice League Dark, I second that fully.
Justice League Dark is the best. It's, I actually read all 3 Justice League runs, so I can use the current for the podcast. Yeah. And one of the things that made me the most is how far I might butcher his name. Mikhail Janin, the artist for Justice League Dark, how far he's come since the beginning.
What's Bob and Al, what's your favorite Justice? I have 3 Justice Leagues. Your favorite?
Out of the 3 current ones?
Yeah.
My favorite right now is probably Justice League Dark.
Well, we go for
just because I like the opening story of the regular Justice League. And I haven't been a big fan of Justice League America, even though I really like the character. This whole secret society, well, not secret society thing, but the whole Amanda Waller thing.
She needs to go.
Actually, speaking of Amanda Waller, is it me, or is she the biggest bitch in the DCU?
Yeah.
I think she always has been, though.
She's the Maria Hill.
But even before, I mean, in the old DCU, she was a bit of a bitch. But in the new 52, I can't believe she hasn't got a solo issue in Villains Month, because she's the biggest crook going. She's horrible.
Yeah.
If she were my boss, I'd quit. She's awful. When we talk about Trinity War,
well, they bring it up in Bob, the latest issue after Bob he's put in the circus. The old gun is like, kid, you got the Bob. He's still a kid. He's still learning. And Warrior straight up like, if you don't like what I'm saying, you can quit. But I might put information out about you and your husband.
Well, it's like, in America, Dr. Light has this accident in the lab.
It wasn't even an accident, really. It was the Society of Villains who caused it.
Well, something happens to him. He turns around to Amanda Waller and says, help me, help me.
Yeah.
To which she replies, I will, but you've got to help me first.
Yeah.
She then says to him, oh, by the way, you told your wife what happened. We've wiped her memories. If you do that again, we'll wipe her memories of you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, this shit is good girl.
Waller does not give a fuck.
No.
I mean, he, like, I read Justice League from the beginning. Even in the backup, there's like an interview between her and Steve Trevor. And he brings up this thing where he's very scared of superhumans. That she'll, is that a cat in the background?
Huh?
Oh,
No, I was just Googling and I came up with this.
What's that?
That's Nort chasing Catman up a tree.
I'm so glad I brought them back.
I mean, my favorite story arc of the Justice League books so far have been, Throne of Atlantis.
the Nick Necron stuff was great.
The two houses of mystery, the house of mystery and secrets, and the house of being shade.
You have the two houses, demons flying at each other. Awesome.
The only thing about the Justice League title that I'm not saying not happy, but I have a bit of an issue with Cyborg isn't being used. If you're gonna promote Cyborg to the A-team, so to speak, and have him as a stalwart member of the greatest team in the world, and then basically use him as a chauffeur, it's a bit of a waste of a character.
Yeah.
Anyway, he has a lot of material as far as the Rogues Gallery and supporting cast. I mean, you have his dad that grew up Sarah. And his Rogues Gallery will be like 2 or more of.
I mean, in this, for Justice League, for the first issue of Trinity War, Cyborg gets one line where everybody else has multiple. It's like, we just have to throw this guy one line and that's it.
Well, it's like Batman used him to get to Wonder Woman and Superman when they were in Iraq. They come out of the booth tube, he walks up to Superman and Batman, and essentially turns around to Cyborg and says, go stand over there, the adults need to talk. Well, if they're not going to use him properly, why stick him in there?
He needs his own title.
Well, they need to have a story where, say, is it 1 in 1,000 boom shoes, they end up on Apocalypse.
Yes, the next
they need to have a story where Cyborg ends up on Apocalypse on his own. Give him a spotlight issue.
Well, I mean, he really stepped up to Bruno Lance. Like the whole reveal of the and him recruiting the other the reserve members of Justice League really got him. And then he had a lot of characters built in that way, with him giving away his long, so he can go save Justice League.
Giving up my one good word for long.
No, one good.
Do you think they sent that to a hospital, or we just took it out and chucked it in the bin?
I mean, but what do you think of Zatanna's new costume?
Zatanna's new,
I think she wears fishnet, it's not a costume.
I like, the new costume will probably take some getting used to, but it's good nonetheless.
By the way, our conversation last time, Jeremy, I'm still standing by. Zatanna's the one. She will die. It'll be her.
She will die.
We already saw it with Xanadu.
We did see Xanadu blow up. But I
think it's anticipation for Justice League 22 is Justice League Dark vs the other two teams over a murder.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be Zatanna. Zatanna's going to be the one that dies.
With Dr. Light, it's people say, we think he's dead, but then at the last page, the guy goes, well, I have people believing that Superman actually killed somebody, but it's implied that he's not really dead.
Doctor lied, he turned into energy, he's blah, 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 blah.
Well, all I'm going to say is Dr. Light is back. St. Disney better lock up front door.
What do you think the Outsider is?
Here,
Wasn't there a character in the old canon called the Outsider?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Hold on, Googling.
because here's the last page. It says, "Thanks to me, ever."
Well, the Outsider's that bloke from Flashpoint, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here,
Maybe that's what I'm thinking, yeah.
the guy goes. Here, the guy goes. Thanks to me, everyone will actually believe that Superman's killed Dr. Light, and by the time the Justice League figures out what I'm up to, the world will already belong to us. So it's like, is Dr. Light dead, or is he dead? But the Superman that we know in there is not really Superman.
He's Alfred. The Outsider is Alfred.
Which Mark called on that, I believe.
Yeah. I think the Outsider is Alfred. Sorry.
I'll say I've heard that the Outsider is Alfred Pennyworth from Earth 3. I hope that's not the case, because that would just confuse things.
I think that's where we're going. Because, apparently, Bleeding Cool has a Real Man Crown Syndicate want to be announced at, Comic-Con. And what do you think Prison stands for? And why it's so bad? I hope I'm wrong.
Well, if the Outsider is an Alfred from like an Earth 3, would that lead them into actually being able to put out Earth 3 books?
Nah, I think Earth 3 is gone.
I think
that's the reason why he's attempting whatever he.
I don't think it is Earth 3, because then they'd start going down the line of infringing on Grant Morrison's multiversity.
I think either, as far as Earth 3 goes, I think either Darkseid destroyed or Pandora destroyed it when she merged universes.
That's probably the more logical choice, that she destroyed it whenever they all came together.
If it is the Outsider from Flashpoint, it's going to be the Outsider from Flashpoint.
Yeah, Outsider from Flashpoint.
Because then he would know about the Batcave. He's already met John Johns, according to the conversation they had. So it would make sense that Pandora is not the only person who is in the Flashpoint universe. When she melded all of them, this Outsider, somehow or other, has got through to the main Earth.
Well, with Relic and Green Lantern, is he supposed to be from like the Flashpoint universe?
No, I think when they refer to him as part of the Nold universe, I think it's the universe that came before this one.
Okay, because I mean, because I was wondering if they were having Relic as like Flashpoint, then the Outsider from.
I think Relic is just old.
Yeah.
This was beautiful. The artwork was amazing.
The what?
The artwork was amazing.
Oh yeah, the artwork was beautiful. All the way around. The Xanadu and this, you have Deadman saying to Xanadu in Justice League Dark, you look younger, but this one seemed older. That's probably just by how people were drawing her, but that's the only kind of gripe I had with artwork.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't expect all three artists to keep that type of continuity.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how the society is so intriguing. Like, Xanadu.
Say that again?
The society knew who Xanadu was.
Yeah.
They were able to take her out. So, I mean, how do they know so much about everyone?
Yeah. Because the Justice League Dark isn't out there like the Justice League and Justice League of America is.
Yeah.
They're still behind the curtain.
Society didn't even know about that JLA.
There's an artist in agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, they've got their,
Amanda Waller's running the show.
do you know what? It would not surprise me, that woman.
Yeah, I'm thinking Amanda Waller's demon. She works for society.
No, I don't think it's the society. I just think that, if she worked for if she ran the society, then the Justice League team has already lost. Because she's that bad. In the old universe, Amanda Waller was, for want of a better word, a bitch for a reason.
Yeah.
In this universe, she just seems to be a bitch for the sake of being a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gone above and beyond the Call of Duty. I don't know whether or not Team 7 being cancelled so early has hurt her character.
But it's like with Amanda Waller, something's going to happen. And with all those tubes that we saw in, was it jail? I forget. But with all the criminals, whoever locked up in those tubes, I bet those get destroyed. Whoever is in those will get out. And they'll may seek retribution against her, specifically.
Oh, it's not just that. Who the hell's Dark's daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was involved. She has all the whole, extra dimensional travelers, and one of them is Darkseid's daughter.
I didn't even know Darkseid had a daughter.
Sam.
New character.
Which kind of goes back to our conversation last time, Isaiah, with bringing in some fresh blood in a way.
Yeah.
Bringing in new characters, bringing in new mythos, different backstories.
Yeah, but Darkseid's daughter, how have they got Darkseid's daughter locked up? And is that the reason that, because they've already established that there might be multiple universes, but there's only one Darkseid.
Yeah.
So is that the reason they invaded Earth too, looking for Darkseid's daughter?
If you go back and read the first arc of Justice League, when Wonder Woman asked Darkseid what he wanted, he said looking for her, and nobody knew what her meant.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that he wants to watch for her, trying to find his daughter. I kind of assumed it was Pandora at first.
The thing is, Jeff Johns doesn't put stuff in comics just for the sake of putting it in there. There's a long-term story he's got here.
Yeah, hold on, I'm about to pull up page.
Mind you, this way, if I was going to say anyone's Darkseid's daughter, it'd be Amanda Waller.
Yeah, look.
I'm predicting all those tubes to be destroyed during Trinity War.
Yeah.
Like, who's Gypsy? Who is she?
She's from the old Justice League. She's like a shapeshifter.
She's from
Justice League Detroit.
With Vibe and Steel.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like a live love interest in the current comic.
She was actually one of the main characters in possibly the best Justice League International story told, was the Return of Despero.
It's interesting who they have in the circus.
Pariah.
A weapon or a core.
Isn't Pariah in there as well?
Yep.
They have a Scissor Man from the old Doom Patrol series.
With all those...
Is that a Cordian agent back there?
Yep.
Okay.
Like, with all those people there, you know that they're going to get out one way or another here.
Oh, yeah.
And there's,
wouldn't put them in there. You weren't going to use them.
So, now, before we get into the, again, main Trinity War, what did you guys think of the actual Pandora first issue?
I like it. As far as going into her motivation.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And the best bit in it was when the wizard Shazam appears out of nowhere and says,
our bad.
Us condemning you to walk the earth for 10,000 years. My bad. Shouldn't have done it. Sorry. Can we be friends? And she's like, oh, you.
It's not you, it's me.
It's like, I would have told the Foxtrot Oscar.
It's like, she was ready to pull, if she was able to pull the trigger in that scene, I think she would have. It's like, really? You sent me to
It's like, are you kidding me? Now you say sorry?
It's like, you sent me to walk eternity on Earth, and now you say you're sorry.
DJ, when she gets the old pistols out, she's got a really good look to her.
Yeah. And it also explains while she was in every number one issue, again as a 52, she was looking for someone to her.
What?
It explains, like, remember when the New 52 first started, Pandora was in every number one issue?
Yeah.
This explains why she was in every one issue. She was looking for somebody who could open the box.
Yeah.
Ambush bug.
Every time it's like, I want somebody to say what's in the box at least one time.
What's in the box? Actually, anyone reading Phantom Stranger?
On and off.
Yeah. I read the latest.
Yeah. I'm opening it and thumbing through it, but it's not really capturing me.
Really, because I just think that the idea behind Phantom Stranger at the moment is one of the most out there ideas going. And the
this thing?
Well, it always not that. It's Phantom Stranger, who is Judas Iscariot, walking the earth. He then kills a serial killer, and essentially takes his place and steals his family. He then gets killed by having a spear of Longinus thrust through his chest, and ends up in hell, and is helped to get out of hell by the voice of God, who appears in the form of a Scottish Terrier. I mean...
Well, dog, God.
Yeah.
God.
How can you... That's amazing. I mean, why are you appearing as a dog? Why not?
Why not?
It's not going to last long, but as an idea, that's amazing.
Phantom Stranger has definitely been helping to hold up the Dark line. I mean, you have Justice League Dark, you have Swamp Thing and all that, but Phantom Stranger is that upper echelon title there.
Anybody read the latest issue of Swamp Thing?
I've got that. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that is very hell flavors.
Whiskey Tree.
Yeah, the Whiskey Tree.
Yeah, and John Constantine pronounces himself the Whiskey King.
Can I just say, Mark, you said you're starting to listen to DCR now?
Yeah.
Their explanation of the Whiskey Tree and that whole thing was amazing.
Well, no, if you want a funny review of the book, just listen to them go through Katana and Catwoman. Because I have to say, Anne Muschietti, I think that's how you pronounce it, her writing style is so hard to get around.
Yeah.
I'm reading Katana 2 or 3 times, and I still haven't got a clue what the hell's going on.
She's in love with his daughter. With this guy named Sycamore killed her husband, and she's not in love with him. And if you pay somebody $5, you can see the tattoo on her foot.
Well, she doesn't have the foot anymore.
Don't cut off.
We need a midget with a thing.
A midget.
Jonah Hex being crazy. Yeah, this year I was talking about podcasts where they do like mostly education.
Yeah.
Somebody's supposed to link to that, because I don't know what this is that you're talking about.
There's a podcast called DCR.
DC Radio.
And it started off as kind of like a mockumentary radio news program where they would talk about the comics as if they were real world events.
Okay.
And I think after a while they ran out of ideas. So it just went to these two blokes going through each week's comics.
Yeah, I just took the link in the chat.
And each week they're joined by one of their parts. It's actually really, really funny. The way they talk about Catwoman and Katana is just hilarious.
And
Green Arrow is the worst superhero.
Green Arrow, yeah.
Green Arrow is awesome.
I know, right? It's probably my favorite book right now.
His book might have gotten better, but Green Arrow and the other books.
I like when they did the Red Hood annual. It was like Green Arrow coming in and ruined everything.
This is a secret base, secret island, and yet you bring them to us.
Compared to what that title was like when it first started to what it is now,
that's improvement.
Such an amazing turnaround.
Yeah. As much as Katana and Catwoman are pretty crappy, I really like Annual 50 run on Green Arrow.
I've got a theory that I'm going to throw out there that you can either shout down or whatever. But in the last issue of Green Arrow, when you find out that Shadow had an affair with Ollie's dad, and that the young girl with Komodo is his little sister, in a couple of months, she will be the DC New 52's Speedy.
I support that.
Shadow's daughter will be Speedy.
That'll be interesting. Because, I mean...
She's already a kick-ass archer.
Yeah. Yeah, you already have Roy Harper pretty in Red Hood and the Outlaws pretty securely. So, yeah, that could work.
How did Roy go in there anyway? Because I remember they just showed him put on the Speedy suit, and then Ollie was like, no. So where did he get so green?
Well, they did talk about his backstory. I think it was in the annual. Whenever he's talking to the psychiatrist, and they're going, "This is how I kind of got here." The
psychiatrist, Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
So we kind of got some of that backstory then, but
with his Roy bot.
Yeah.
Come and join me.
I think the Sopranos again.
So, again, I was so happy that was kept in the episode for that was released last night. So happy. Okay, but we've beaten around the bush here, talking about Pandora, different dark lines. Let's get Trinity War, the actual story. The art was amazing, yes. Xanadu got blown up. Though she's not dead. Yeah, she's immortal, so.
My favourite part in that comic was Shazam going, I've just knocked out Superman. I've just knocked out Superman.
That was great.
Yeah.
You see the joy in his face, he just using his powers.
You know what I mean? That escalated fairly quickly from having a quick conversation with Shazam to crap, we got superhero fire.
Yeah. And all he wanted to do was just spread Black Adam's ashes. That's it. He doesn't even get to say that.
No. Yeah. He's shot.
Though, it's pretty interesting whenever Xanadu is flipping over her cards that whenever it's Shazam for the first one, she's like, oh, it's the boy I haven't met him, but I know how wrongly he was chosen.
That was interesting.
So it's like, okay, what's the story behind that? And then,
well, I mean,
go ahead.
She's just a Black Adam fan.
And then
he doesn't know how to use power.
Yeah.
Or what I found interesting was that glimpse of the future of the aftermath of the War and the big three thing we had to save him.
Yeah, who's him?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. Though, it's like it was also pretty interesting how whenever she's talking about John Cetera, how they both agree that Pandora is worst out of all three of them with The Question and Phantom Stranger. It's like to us, it seems like she's the innocent one in all this, but Xanadu and John Cetera, she's the worst out of all of them.
Well, the thing is, we got in Pandora 1, we got her backstory.
Yes.
But it's the backstory from her perspective.
True.
So if she thinks she is innocent, that is how she's going to see it.
Well, but we also had, again, the guy coming out from nowhere saying, yeah, we're sorry. we made a big oops there. So that kind of plays into her being more of a sympathetic character.
And, I mean, out of the three, the Phantom Stranger seems like he's the worst.
Yeah.
He killed a man, stole his identity, and he betrays him.
The Question trying to rule everything?
Well, we don't actually know who the Question is yet, do we? I mean,
no, but I mean, in the preview thing, he was, when they were doing the judgment.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the guy who said, hey, people are going to remember who I am, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to be bigger and badder than ever?
Yeah. He's a legitimate villain.
I either read or heard somewhere that the Question is actually meant to be Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
So when he's in front of the council and they're laying down their judgment, and he's like, "She can't talk to me like that. I'm Alexander the Great. I can do whatever the hell I want."
Yeah. And just by that,
and his the whole motivation for Alexander the Great was he wanted to be known, and that's why he conquered a third of the known world.
And whenever they're being judged, you can really tell each character's characteristics by Phantom Stranger was very solemn. Pandora was like, hey, I'm innocent here. And then the Question's like, I will rule the day.
Well, there's another podcast called DC News or whatever, and they've done a special on Trinity. The way they described the three characters was Pandora was going, I don't know what I've done wrong. I'm sorry, what's going on?
Yeah.
You've got Phantom Stranger saying he would forgive me. Why can't you forgive me? And then you've got the Question going, fuck you. I defy your very existence.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
were they from different points in time?
Yeah. Because with Pandora, she got snatched up right after she really opened the box.
Well, yeah, wasn't Pandora from like 8,000 years BC?
I mean, look.
Then it would be, if the question is Alexander the Great, he'd be next. And then it would be Phantom Stranger.
Yeah, 8,000 BCE.
Yeah.
BCE.
BCE. Or BC.
Well, no, I'm just trying to figure out what the E was for. It probably means something.
Probably some politically correct piece of crap.
Yeah, it could be.
But maybe the reason they think Pandora is the worst one of the lot is because she's so convinced she's innocent that she wants to go out and prove it. And by proving it, it will make things worse. Just accept your guilt, woman.
Well, she is trying to stop the 7 deadly sins.
Well, but she unleashed them. It's more like I'm cleaning up my mess than I'm on some epic world.
Yeah, but who put back in those rocks, back in the Rock of Eternity?
Oh, by the way, BCE is before Common Era. I forgot.
Oh, I was thinking, okay.
Yeah, I forgot.
I was thinking before Crisis Event.
Yeah. I forgot what, I blanked on what the E stood for, yeah, but before Common Era.
Before Common Era?
Yeah.
What was wrong with before Christ?
I don't know.
Dinosaurs?
Yeah, it went dinosaurs and then Christ. Just like in a day.
What else? Yeah, I just put up the page of the question.
Hello?
Hey, it's like we're looking at ourselves.
I just have to say it. The question is, what is the question?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see another bad. We first introduced him, say, little girl.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to figure out who's the evil behind the evil.
And he's really focused in on Superman. So.
Hello? Oh, disappeared there.
I knew Superman would be
the questions wall was almost like the wall from the House of Mysteries with Constantine.
Yeah.
It's only a lot more focused in the whole Trinity War aspect of it.
So what did you guys think of the conversation between Clark and Diana?
Oh, what, the whole conversation about killing and not killing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't foreshadowing anything that was about to come, was it?
Yeah, don't forget that, there is no kryptonite for Wonder Woman. Superman is the box.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, that was one of the best scenes in a comic I've seen for a long time. When Batman hands Clark the Wonder Woman's case and says she has no weakness.
Yeah.
She does have a bad writers.
So, I love the fact that because of the whole Greek mythology type stuff with Wonder Woman, that Wonder Woman knew who Pandora was, while Superman had no clue.
Like I Superman's like, enough of this, I'm a woman, this can't be true.
Am I the...
Superman apparently doesn't believe in mythology.
It's not like it's not like
I'm the only one who actually hopes that she dumps Superman going out of a lot.
I didn't catch that.
Am I the only one who hopes that she dumps Superman and starts going out with Orion?
Well, probably not, because we have a Wonder Woman Superman book coming out.
Oh, it could be just them playing cards.
Steve Trevor. He can't she can't get
the break.
Superman needs to do with Cat Grant.
With kind of going back to Darker Light, with everything I've read about the Trinity War, it always seemed to me that somebody from the Justice League, with Superman, Wonder Woman, and all that, somebody there was going to die, not necessarily Dr. Light.
Well,
it'll be the female Adam.
The what?
It'll be the female Adam.
Yeah. Yeah.
She looks like a write-off character.
Yeah. He was a red shirt. He's the guy where Captain Kirk says, I need somebody to take to the landing party.
Yeah, she's a red shirt.
And she's,
in the old days when they used to always put on the cover, this day, a Teen Titan will die, and it's somebody they just introduced that episode or something.
Yeah, like, I would have been the guy where, like, I need you for the landing party. I would have been like, no.
I got to run to the bathroom. You can leave without me.
I've got to have my shot. I can't go down.
Can I get a yellow or blue?
Well, I still think that Hannah's going to end up dying. And that's why Constantine will make a deal with Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Or Constantine does.
No, Constantine's too much
of a
to die.
He will just refuse outright.
Yeah. He's the only one who, he survived Forever Evil.
Yeah. I can just imagine Constantine meeting Death, and Constantine going, yeah, about that. I'm just gonna go over here. You can come back later. I don't care. Just laugh at him.
Like, I know you want me, but I know this one guy. He's kind of immortal.
Now it'll just be a page with Constantine and Death, and John laughing in Death's face, just outright.
I like Wonder Woman. There's a reason I don't have a list of villains as long as
Yeah. With you, Barry Allen. But that definitely seemed to tie into both the movie and trying to create this whole archetype with the Trinity War.
Yeah, but could that not also be construed as maybe the start of Diana becoming that crazy girlfriend, where she just basically saying, just so you know, if you muck me about in any way, I am going to kill you. I'm going to boil your dog alive. I'm going to stalk you and cut your nuts off. Just so you know.
My superpower next girl.
Exactly.
There's no doubt innocent people have been put to death row. Now that you have a lesson.
Yeah. Because of that lasso, she knows she killed the right person.
But I mean, that goes to the whole thing. Even if she knows she's right, is she the judge, jury, executioner?
That's the question.
Is she Sylvester Stallone in a Horrible Eight movie?
It's like, okay, yeah, she may be getting the right people, but is it right that she's actually going and killing them?
I am the law.
Yeah.
Well, it's 1:15 in the morning over here.
Ooh,
and my internet is getting tired, so I need to make a move. Awesome talking to you, gentlemen.
Yep.
Right.
Same.
And I'll catch you on the next one.
Yep.
All right. Take care, Mark.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, guys.
So, maybe to wrap things up all the way, or I don't know, we could talk about more if you guys have any topics, but with the first issue of Trinity War, overall opinions.
I loved it.
Loved it? I definitely loved it. Left some interesting avenues to go through.
One thing I want to mention is I like that Superman couldn't open the box.
Yeah.
Because he was human.
But it was, again, also implied that maybe that something wrong with Superman. Maybe it's not Superman. Maybe there's an alien tick on him, whatever.
Yeah, it's a Superman robot.
Yeah.
It's the
Eradicator.
Right now I'm looking at the page where they're back at the Watchtower record. And does that have any significance?
Well, I think the significance was that all the Superman chess piece is missing. But why is it missing? Where did it go? Let me find it.
What are we talking about?
In the issue, whenever the people are going through the station trying to salvage some stuff, and they come across the chess set. There we go. Because it shows, let me go back to the page. It shows Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Green Lantern. But the one piece that's missing is the Superman one. So that could mean something, could not. But who knows?
Now I'm looking at the page where the JLA is in front of me. And I like how the JLA so gung-ho about fighting justice.
Yeah, they're like, hey, they've done some really good stuff.
Yeah. Even Green Arrow's like, I might not like these guys, but they're good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once Superman supposedly melts Dr. Light's face, then they're all four fighting.
Well,
you can't have that many superheroes in the same room together, without a fight breaking out.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
This is probably going to be my favorite page this year. After the page with the regular Justice League in front of Shazam and Wonder Woman is saying, I asked for you. That page is so beautifully laid out. I mean, like it's my current home page. So you got Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Zatanna, Superman, Aquaman, Flash, the Atom, Element Girl, and Firestorm.
You know what stinks?
What?
If the hero who's supposed to die turns out to be Simon Baz.
No. I'll be mad.
Because if Jeff Johns is involved with this, he could have introduced the character for a reason. Remember, back in the 80s in the Teen Titans, well, maybe y'all are too young for that. But Wolfman and Perez, they introduced the character of Tara, and they played her for like a whole year when her entire purpose was killed at the end of the Terminator saga.
But I mean,
that pissed a ton of people off.
Simon's supposed to train Jessica. I don't think he.
No. Because if he would get killed, I think that the Green Lantern Corps would come in and investigate.
I think that's.
It's probably somebody that's staring us right in the face. But.
Yeah. And now you got this. I like this.
Element girl.
I like the spray page with the Justice League running. You got Shazam in the middle, like,
what's going on?
Did I just get myself into?
Yeah, it's a beautifully laid out page.
You can kind of see just with the facial expressions and a few people like Simon. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to do this. He has like a weird nervous look on his face.
Yeah. Where's the squirrel? That's what I was wondering. Where's Badge?
I don't think he's officially a member of the team.
But they did in the one issue, the last issue. They go, it's either both of us or none. Like where I go, the squirrel goes.
Maybe there's a side story.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I like just the talk they're having before, where it's like tell Director Walden, the government watchdog, the Justice League has this.
Yeah.
And then we fall into the question, and we get them shrinking everything up as far as the evil, like shrinking the board and all these Superman.
I did like in those final pages to how they had the cards, the tarot cards from Xanadu on the top and bottom with the different players. It basically had everybody but the Justice League Dark team, but it's every card she flipped over, it's kind of burnt or burning. Has the outsider, has the warrior, has the hero.
And I wonder what the Atom means. She said she messed up for joining the DLA.
Yeah.
She should have never done.
Maybe she's having, this is wrong. Maybe she really wants to be on the regular Justice League. Or maybe she didn't even want to go on this mission. And Amanda Waller had something to do with it.
Tired of Amanda Waller being a bitch.
Yeah.
Those benefits are too good, though.
What's it
say? I really like how Dr. Light is actually a redeemable character. He's the voice of reason.
Yeah.
He comes in saying, no, we should fight, we should be backing each other up. We can talk this out.
Yeah.
But he can't control his abilities and he absorbs Superman powers.
This all started because one guy wanted to bury his arch enemy. So it's not like he was there.
A noble thing.
Yeah.
And then Superman blasted him.
I think he blasted him because Shazam was going to actually attack the military, so he's stopping that. But
well, I was talking about Superman and Dr. Light.
Oh, yeah. I think that goes into what the outsider was saying at the end. It's like, I have everybody believing that Superman actually killed somebody.
And then right after that, Xanadu was saying, wait, then I know what the Trinity means. They're coming, some of them are already here.
Yeah, which would probably mean Phantom Stranger and Pandora.
No, I think it's the Crime Syndicate of America.
The what?
Crime Syndicate. They're like the alternate, there are 3 Justice League.
Yeah.
I think they're coming.
That'll be interesting.
Because when she said they're coming, some of them are already here already. And Superman didn't do it.
Whatever it is, it started out really well. That first issue was...
Yeah, it was a good first start.
And I just like this, it might be one of the last pages. You see Xanadu's home explode, and then we have to pay for the Adam is just saying, stop, please. You just see the next page, and we get Spider-Man.
Yeah, she says, stop, please.
And then we see the hero card on the ground.
Yeah. Because right in the middle between please stop and please, you see the question, the Phantom Stranger and the Pandora card kind of burning.
Yeah.
It has the hostage, unknown, and the betrayer underneath the 3 cards. So what does it mean that Pandora is a hostage?
She was tricked into opening the box. And then we the other card. Firestorm is a prisoner.
Yeah.
Cyborg is the grid.
which was kind of self-explanatory. They kind of just went for the blunt title there.
Yeah.
You have Zatanna as the magician, Aquaman as the king, Flash as the messenger.
That ties into the Flash solo series.
Well, some of these aren't actually Zero type cards, but
But for Element Woman, it has a bit of it covered up, but it almost reads like Element Woman's the freak.
Yeah.
Which, that's interesting. You have the Atom as the game player, because she's spying for the JLA.
Yeah, she's playing both sides.
Cyborg's the Grid, Firestorm's the prisoner, Green Arrow's the archer, Catwoman's the thief, Stargirl's
the politician.
Stargirl's the spirit, Vibe is the misfit, Green Lantern's the miracle worker, which we got from Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
Hawkman's the savage, Katana is the assassin, Dr. Light is the sacrifice, Superman is...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So I wonder what the sacrifice...
What?
I wonder if his dying opens up whatever's coming.
Yeah. I mean, with Superman, it has the hero, but that has this, like, red mark going across it. He's no longer the hero.
He's not on the table anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming the hero arrested. She turns herself in.
Maybe. Because you have Wonder Woman as the warrior. Then you have the Outsider card. And then I think you have Phantom Stranger as betrayer, Question as unknown, and Pandora as the hostage. And I believe that's all of them that they show. And then you have Shazam as the boy.
Thanks to me, everyone actually believed that Superman killed Dr. Light. And by the time the Justice figure out what I'm up to, they'll already believe.
Yep.
The death card. Yeah, and he's that's just like this gorgeous. Have you guys seen the preview for Justice League of America?
For Dream or no?
Well, it's only one page, but
isn't this for the last page for the Outsider? Isn't this really the clearest picture of his face that we've really seen so far?
Yeah. Not just like his. I really hope they sell
the what?
I hope they sell the hero card.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be nice. I think those would sell.
Yeah, I would buy them.
Yeah, I would too.
But like some of the names are interesting. It's like Superman is obviously Wonder Woman is the warrior. Dr. Light is the sacrifice. So I'm assuming that that's Tony and Kill.
Yeah.
Batman is the
what?
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, Batman's the detective. It's like with Firestorm the prisoner because of the two kids.
Yeah, he's stuck in one body.
Yeah.
The thief, the archer.
And then you have Zatanna as the magician.
Yeah.
Would that mean Constantine's the con job? Zatanna's the magician. Constantine's
or the liar.
Yeah, the liar. Con man liar. I think the liar would work better.
It's interesting. We haven't seen all of the hero cards.
Yeah.
So we still have Frankie.
Because we really only saw the people who were in this issue. Not like Frank or Deadman or whoever.
Deadman will be.
But they need to show Constantine's card. Just because. Just so we know what is actually said on it.
Flash is the messenger. And that ties into his solo series. We're in the Gorilla City arc. They said he was the messenger.
Plus, it's probably kind of back to Flashpoint with him bringing everything together.
The Grid is interesting. I think they could have picked a better name, Cyborg.
Well, you probably will see a Constantine card. They probably have it called the asshole.
But that's what makes the Constantine character lovable, because he is that prick.
He's the guy you love to hate.
Yeah.
And you don't want to piss him off.
No, you don't.
The freak, the game player.
The savage.
Yeah, for Hawkman.
The hostage, the betrayer, unknown.
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Now that you said, I would really like it for DC to sell this tarot card. I think that would really be good.
And I'm like just looking at this, the page of the actual fight. We have Superman and then Martian Manhunter going straight at it. Vibe versus the Flash. Stargirl and Cyborg squaring on. Katana and Wonder Woman. Poor Katana.
You have now that Dr. Light's supposedly dead, I think Green Lantern's just kind of going after anybody because he's attacking Firestorm and Element Woman.
Aquaman and Hawkman.
Though it's right in the forefront with Superman attacking Martian Manhunter, but just the look on Superman's face is like, what is happening? What happened?
Yeah.
This shouldn't be happening.
I think, yeah, I mean, like, after he killed Dr. Light, Superman just has this look of regret on the face, and he's just gonna wonder, like, what have I done?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, because it's like you have the page with Superman attacking Dr. Light, but then the person who says no is Xanadu. You really don't see a reaction from Wonder Woman.
I'm looking at how many times I have no on that page.
You don't see Wonder Woman have a reaction to it yet. Because the fight really just starts after.
I think they're going to get that
next week
in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like to look on Catwoman and the other member of Titan. Right? He killed Superman. Superman killed him.
I wonder if in like the next issue for Justice League America, you'll have Amanda Waller up in front of some camera going, "See, this is what I've been telling. Justice League is too unpredictable."
What I found interesting is the conversation with Plastique.
Yeah.
You really do see the future, but the Secret Society made sure you wouldn't see me coming.
What? Yeah, that's the thing. How did the Secret Society actually cloak Plastique from Xanadu's vision?
Nick Necro?
Huh?
Nick Necro.
Maybe. But yeah, kind of going back to the regular issue of Constantine, it's you have the Secret Society takes out Xanadu because she can see the future, but it's also we see Zatanna can actually at least see glimpses, maybe not the whole entire future, but at least parts of it. So you still have that avenue into the future with Zatanna.
I think society will want to get rid of as many magical-based heroes as they possibly could.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's an element you really can't prepare for.
True, because it's unpredictable.
And they might just want Zatanna for her ability. I mean, they kidnapped Chronos. She used him as a Tom manipulation thingy.
Yeah, to move the house.
And that brings up another question. Chronos was looking for Booster Gold.
Yeah. But I think Amanda Waller wanted Booster Gold just for her crazy.
Well, from what we know, somewhere before even Dawn of Atlantis, a Booster Gold from somewhere in the future wearing an Argus outfit came to our present and warned present-day Booster about Wonder Woman and Superman before being teleported somewhere to time. Is that Booster Gold who's wearing an Argus outfit? Is he from the future where society wants?
I haven't seen that, so I can't tell you.
It's from the Justice League International Annual.
See, I read every issue of Justice League International besides the annual. So, yeah, it could be Booster Gold from the future coming back saying, hey, you can't let this happen, but time is maybe in a sense repeating itself. So, time travel can be a very tricky thing.
You know, about to pull it up. Here's the last page while wait to get this looked up. Well, which one?
This first part for part 1 Trinity War, this started off with a bang.
Yes.
I gotta say that again.
This so far is AVN done, right?
What?
This is Avengers versus AVN done, right?
Say we take for maybe face value that Superman isn't pure good. That there is something evil inside of him. Again, kind of going back to this old argument, who do you think would really be that pure good or pure evil?
Shazam?
Because maybe that boyhood, innocence.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The child makes him
because him and Superman really almost have the same power sets. Only one's magical and one's because of the yellow sun.
The Flash? Or what if the society is trying to hit the box?
Yeah, the society wants Pandora in the box for their plans, but...
Yeah, this is the first page, the splash page from JLA.
Yeah.
So, like,
Wait, hold on for a second. Who's the guy with the helmet attacking Element Woman?
That's Martian Manhunter.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a green head.
It almost looked like a gold helmet.
You see Superman is about to launch off.
Yeah. Is that grit, but almost like his laser vision, almost like a tear.
He's crying.
He cries tears of flame.
Man, that would make awesome.
Do you think that instead of do you think they're waiting for the Justice League Dark book to actually formally introduce the Justice League Dark? Or do you think they'll at least set the groundwork for it in Justice League of America?
They're gonna set the groundwork.
They have to.
I mean, we saw JLA in Justice League.
Yeah. Do you think that Zatanna will be like, okay, maybe we should call them, or will Constantine just show up saying, yo, I'm here, you have to deal with it?
You thinking Constantine doesn't really know stuff that's going on?
Well, I bet he does know, but maybe he's waiting for them to call him. Like, okay, you need me. I'm here because you needed me. I have leverage on you.
I think Steve Trevor is going to call him in. Because he still has communicators on him, right?
Yeah, GPS. But I think he may want Zatanna to call because they have a much more reliable relationship.
Or no one calls him.
Yeah.
And they come in because Xanadu.
Yeah. Especially because dead men will go nuts.
OMAC was so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not 100% sure Xanadu would actually be dead. She's kind of immortal.
Yeah.
And any woman who can handle Frankenstein's sword, she doesn't die.
Yeah. When Plastique blew up, it was almost like whenever Constantine almost got blown up by the cold flame, whenever they wanted to take over the House of Mysteries. It had kind of that same feel to it.
Yeah, this is the page. Who the hell do you think I am? I'm you. We need to make this quick. We just want to follow chrono disturbance, possible racist conflict. And we need to keep serving a justice of America that can help you. If you don't stop them, they'll seek to exist. Stop who? Superman and Wonder Woman. We need to stop them. No. I thought I had enough time. I made sure. You see at the Argus logo on his outfit.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have trusted. Wait. Had to be stopped. Superman and Wonder Woman. What the hell? And then he disappears, ends up in the Old West.
Do you think that with how Booster Gold's jumping around time, that we'll see him in Justice League 3000?
Wait, did he get, isn't he still in the present?
Booster Gold was now in the present because he's out of the Old West. Yeah, but Jonah Hex is out of the Old West as well.
Oh, and this was a pretty interesting tidbit coming out of the JLA thing as well. Let me know if there's any change up to Hello, creator.
Yeah.
Brother Rock. No need to worry about Mr. Cho, Batman. I have grown very quite fond of him, and he will be well cared for until you need it again. What you do with the JLA? It is not me who is my new programmer. He will destroy you, Batman. I've been threatened. You will join him. Can we see Batman at the end of on the cover of Red Reaper #2?
Yeah. Yeah, playing that he. Yeah.
So that makes me wonder if whoever took control of Brother Rod is in the society.
Yeah. Which, with everything that Batman's gone through, I can see him, at least maybe going for a while, turning bad or spine, pretending he's bad, but with everything he's gone through.
I would say brainwashed or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not him under the cow. Or it's not Bruce under the cow. So talking about comic book events, any of you guys plan to read Infinity?
Say that again?
Any of you guys plan to read Infinity from Marvel?
No.
I'm not sure. I'm getting burned out on events.
Yeah. I can say I've sincerely tried Marvel stuff, but I just can't get into it. Not like I'm into it with DC.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not anti-Marvel. I actually kind of like the whole Superior Spider-Man bit.
It's interesting, but I don't like my Spider-Man killing. But I think I'm going to read Infinity. I mean, I've been reading the main Avengers title, and that's been pretty cool. And Captain America is pretty awesome. I mean, Spider-Man, only his good ones.
That's spectacular.
Yeah.
But, I mean, The main reason why I don't read Marvel comics anymore is because I don't like $3.99. And then I get my fill of Marvel, and it's somewhere where they're way better than they have short films, as well as their.
Really, it all comes down to what's your takes. People are gonna like DC. People are gonna like Marvel. It's just who you like better.
We're Valiant.
Did you? It's gonna be interesting to see the Before Watchmen stuff on Jumbotrons, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Saw that post. That should be interesting.
Yeah, I kind of wish they were hyping something more DC related.
Yeah.
Or at least a new project.
Well, it could be this is setting up for future commercials.
After Watchmen?
It's like, okay, you have the Watchmen stuff, but this has opened the door to do maybe Batman, Superman.
I mean,
like actual commercial stuff.
Yeah.
Like my thoughts are mixed about Watchmen, about Before Watchmen. On one hand, the stories from what the little bit I read, they weren't all that great, but the art team were great across the board. Plus, any chance you have to pretty much say, to throw a middle finger up to Alan Moore, I thumbs up. I mean, I used to like Alan Moore, and like when I first read comics, I was just on his bandwagon. But now it's just like, he just seems like a very cynical, bitter person about comics in general. I mean, he's all like, he's all like DC, my creation, with the Watchmen over taken away from my run. And arguably, his biggest non-DC work is League of Super Settlement. What he does is fight off other people's characters. He can still write a book. Yeah, but I think before Watchmen, I'm surprised they haven't announced the series for Watchmen yet. We might see it. Wasn't before Watchmen Vertigo?
Vertigo?
For what?
Well, it's going to be interesting for the prequel to the Sandman stuff for Vertigo here.
Yeah. Vertigo's coming back.
Yeah.
I think DC saw how big that's become in the last 3 years or so. And they're we let that market go away.
Yeah.
So they announced a lot of projects.
It seems like a lot of it's keeping with Vertigo. It's a lot of mature stuff.
Yeah. I plan to pick up two of it.
Yeah. Has a lot of fantasy element to it, a lot of mature stuff.
Yeah.
It should be good.
I mean, Image is killing it as far as, creator on. And DC has done a good job as far as digital only comic books. DC has done the best job. Marvel is no contest where they haven't even I went to go buy the digital Wolverine book that came out this week. And it was $2. It was $3.
$3.
Yeah.
That's bad. For digital, for digital, it should be no more than really $1 because all you're doing is uploading it. It's not like.
Well, you're paying for the content.
Yeah.
You're not paying for the media.
Yeah, true.
It's that type of use style, like how the Batman 66 is, but it's just like
$3.99's steep.
Yeah.
You pay that much for an app that we get much more entertainment and time from then.
Another like Wolverine, but I would be willing to pay that much for his character. Yeah. I mean, and this is like you're going to be doing digital comic a week, next 50 weeks, I think, while Marvel's doing weekly series. I mean, what's the Injustice is Arrow has been canceled.
Is it canceled, or do you think they'll wait until the second season comes out?
I'm hoping they're waiting for the second season.
I think that would be an interesting way to go. Have it where it goes with the TV show. Whenever it's on a hiatus, the book is on a hiatus.
That makes sense. You don't want the comic writers stepping on the TV writers' toes.
Right, yeah. Because they haven't even built all parts of the next season plot lines yet. From
what interviews have been coming out and stuff like that, it seems like the show's going to bring in some bigger DC characters.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I posted last week, the show's going to get canceled next week.
Yeah, I know. The summer effect.
Yeah. Firefly, Terminator, and now Arrow.
Well, Terminator went on for what, 5 seasons? It wasn't a 1 season bust.
Well, not all of them are 1 season bust. Even the Dollhouse went a couple of seasons.
Yeah. But she wasn't like a regular character on it.
I think my most anticipated TV show season. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
Don't touch Lola.
Yeah, they're bringing the dude from Hangouts.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna be. I'm guessing
I don't think it's come out to say who he's actually playing. There's rumors. But.
Yeah. I just assumed it's all black guy with Luke Cage.
What's that?
I was assuming he was Luke Cage. I mean,
yeah, that's all. That's what I'm going with. It makes perfect sense.
People have been saying it.
Middle-aged black guy with right? You only have so many options.
Yeah.
Plus, he kind of that type of superpower really just strengthen and vulnerability, unbreakable skin.
I think we're going to see Iron Man. I think we're going to see cameos from other Marvel heroes.
Because
I think we'll probably see kids. I don't think they'll have anybody as a regular except for probably Cage. Although I have been dying to see a Power Man and Iron Fist show of some sort. I'm a huge Iron Fist fan.
They can bring Punisher in.
Yep.
And Daredevil.
Yeah.
Or
I get.
Oh, they're definitely going to bring in Maria Hill.
Yeah.
Mockingbird.
I think we're going to see Iron Man series.
Really? Because I know we'll probably see Maria Hill. Because I think it's basically been tagged she's in the pilot.
Yeah, and what's her name is this year anyway.
Yeah, but I think Samuel L. Jackson has come out and said if they ask you, do it.
Yeah, I would suspect that they are going to limit the number of folks that are in the movie group.
Yeah, because you want the
from
show.
The TV series.
You want the show to stand on its own for at least a little while before you start bringing in all these people.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see. Like, I think Iron Man is the same fit. He's the easiest to do because, I mean, all you have to do is really show the armor and get a good voice in it. Yeah.
You don't even have to show the armor. He can just come in as Tony Stark and let the team.
Well, he's saying without having to pay Robert Downey Jr. money.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I think we're going to see something else big. Like, they've been teasing on that little teaser website. They've been teasing guys like, so I think either the mini-series finale or the season finale is going to be something big.
Yeah. Well, for something like that, you would almost have to make it big because you have this vast universe.
I was kind of hoping they would break in the guys from Item 47. I really like that short film, and I was hoping they would have brought those guys back.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they're going to advertise the movie. Like, Thor comes out in November, and we see some type of Asgardian ship attack Washington. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if they're going to address it.
Yeah. I think the show is gonna at least get off to a really good start.
Hey, Batman Begins, Batman Beyond, the relaunch came out today.
Yeah.
It's now called Batman Beyond 2.0.
Batman 912.
And Batgirl Beyond is the new character. Yeah, the new creative team too.
Oh, cool.
I still have to go back and watch that. I completely forgot about it. In truth.
Yeah, I was on Netflix, and I like watching it now. I really like it. For whatever reason, beyond the crossover, I don't remember it being. So, like, this show is personality. Like, the opening credits, Cyberpunk. I'd rather them just do a Batman Beyond movie or stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Like, there's the rumor that Bruce is bringing it up. I think somebody posted on this site that Bruce Timm.
I just happened to look at the recording stuff. We're 4 minutes away from 3 hours.
It's like a Raging Bullets podcast.
Yeah. Well, on the second hangout we did, went for 4.
Oh, yeah.
Though all these are going to be cut down from different pauses, things like that. So probably be more 240 for this one, maybe.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
On the quality, you're the only one who comes out to me, Jeremy, without an echo.
Yeah.
Every time Isaiah talks, echoes. Mark, same thing.
I
think
think what may be happening is I'll talk or you guys talk, and since I don't have headphones in or whatever, and since I'm recording, I think that my mic is picking it up and relaying it back.
That could be it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening because, like, I'm hearing an echo of myself on my end, and it's like me kind of. I hear my own echo and my thought process.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
I'm just using Audacity open. It's recording from what I'm saying. It's what's coming out of the mic. So it's probably just the mic's recatching stuff you're saying.
Yeah, there's probably a different software. You know, Audacity might be good for that. My brother has a software that he uses for doing screen caps and capturing video or audio. Sorry, capturing audio off of stuff that he does. I'll see if I can find it.
Whenever we were talking about this, I just picked Audacity because, hey, I knew what it was. Yeah. I knew I could at least understand it right off the bat. So.
Yeah, I use it at home a lot. So anything open source for me is good.
Yeah.
Over at the Batman, somebody posted a leak picture of the collector's edition for the Batman Arkham Origins game.
How that looks?
Like this really cool statue of Batman and the Joker.
Nice.
And it comes like cool DLC in our book.
Do you think that now, since we're getting the holographic covers for whenever they do the Villains Month, and we've had Zero Issue, kind of going back to it was mentioned on a Raging Bullets podcast. Do you think they'll maybe start putting stuff in, like say the Green Lantern rings or whatever?
Oh, like at a battery Batman comes.
Yeah. Something small, something inexpensive, but it's still in there.
Yeah, it'd be cool. And it'd be like one of them little, you can make a whole line of kid comics like that. Like, be in a packet of like the Green Lantern, the Batman, and like the Young Justice comic.
Yeah.
And then on the inside, you open it up, it's like a little Green Lantern ring.
Because, I mean, we've had the fold-out covers and all that, so there's not much I think you could really do with trying to mix up how the covers are presented.
How about covers? Like
yeah.
Millhouse put out the Wolverine comic.
The action covers. They'll have a little sleeve with a little cardboard pull on it. And you'll watch the villain's fist go.
Yeah, this is
that looks great.
Yeah, the Joker is going to be in the game after all.
Let's see how much it's going to be.
I couldn't find any estimates.
It'll probably at least be a cool 100.
Yeah, well, maybe 70. And you know, the PlayStation version of the game, DLC, it gets the Batman copy and Nightfall Batman. So,
when's that supposed to be coming out?
October 29th, I think.
Nice.
Let me look it up.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the Arkham Origins comic that should be starting in a couple of months.
Isn't it a lot? I think October, right? Whenever somewhere around there.
Yeah, I know it's in October.
Yeah.
That's which day.
Because that's when the Batman Wonder Woman comic starts. So they had the cover up.
I mean, I'm looking forward to that, even though it's not a Rocksteady developer.
It should be good.
Yeah.
If it's anything like its predecessors.
I just hope we get to fly a used vehicle. Like, I want to draw the Batman.
Holographic.
In 2 DLC. One of them is the DLC. October 27th. Whoa. We don't have feedback.
Yeah. See, well, lucky. We've gone through a lot of this without having that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, October 25th. Yeah, but I just coming out for PS4 and Xbox One. Because I'd rather be able to buy a version of it instead of getting it from Xbox 360.
Yeah.
What is that, man?
It'd be $99. So you're right. Nice 100.
It's probably because of the statue.
Yeah. I think we'll go ahead or at least the collector's one.
What was that €99 mark? So that actually might be cheaper in the U.S.
Yeah. So that'd probably be, I guess, probably 75.
Yeah.
80.
Probably around 80.
DC has been doing very good with video games.
Yeah.
Sure. Way better than like. Have you guys heard about Marvel Heroes?
Little.
You have to pay $200 if you want to get every character in the game.
How much?
$200.
That's ridiculous.
Like, it's a free-to-play game, but still, like, I've been playing the Infinity Crisis beta. Whoa.
Infinity Mirror.
I've been playing the beta for this, and it's pretty good.
For which one? The
Infinity Crisis.
The Infinite Crisis? I just got upgraded to a full beta. So I gotta download that and try that out.
It's pretty fun. They give you enough money started off to buy like at least 4 or 5 characters, depending on who you want.
Oh, cool.
Like, if you want somebody like the last Green Lantern, that would basically be all your starting money. But if you pick dudes like the China or Wonder Woman, you can get by. And they let you test out the characters before you buy them.
I think whenever you first posted a link to this, that they were doing some contest thing, like having teams versus each other, and that looked pretty fun.
I'm looking forward to Steam sales, summer sales.
I've heard a lot of people looking forward to that.
Yeah. I'm not a big PC gamer, so, but like, you can spend a lot of money and stuff and everything.
That's a big patch.
Yeah. Yeah, I love applying patch.
Yeah, this was the thing I was talking about a new Justice League cartoon being on the way.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, my kids have been binge watching on the Cartoon Network stuff that they put on Netflix.
Yeah, I've been going through that myself.
I love Justice League. Yeah, the whole Justice League Unlimited. This kills me.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. I mean, it's Justice League is probably what got me to really like DC Comics. I mean, and I guess that's where DC has kind of stumbled as of late. They need to have Justice in my mind, or Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, it seems, is being almost overused in the comic section, but in terms of everything else, it's being underutilized.
Yeah. DC didn't really need a small cartoon counterpart to get kids interested. I mean, like, most of Marvel's cartoons right now are kind of terrible, but they're out there.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks because Marvel can't do really good cartoons and replace them with crappy ones. I mean, Spectacular Spider-Man was awesome, and the Avengers cartoon was on par with Justice League.
Yeah.
And they were both canceled for Jeff Loeb. Yeah.
You guys want to wrap up here?
Sure.
I'm getting tired here. I don't know about you. What?
Arkham City.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting late.
So, we've established Bastille was a great movie. Trinity War, good issue. Wait.
Better than Iron Man.
Oh, yeah. What should it... Okay, we have the first episode being called Soprano. The second one, it's Superman kicks a puppy because of Mark. But, what should this one be called here?
I guess I'm playing on Trinity War. I mean, some type of storyline involved in that.
Yeah.
Why does Superman keep killing people?
That's good.
Ambush Bug and Power.
Yeah. No, that's good.
The episode where Nort chased Catman up a tree.
Yeah, I like Isaiah's. The episode where Ambush Bug dresses up like Power Girl.
That's perfect.
Okay. Anybody have any final words to say?
As far as the book of the week, or the one book I've been reading that I've been really enjoying as of late, I would totally recommend, two books. First off, Smallville season 11. Probably one of my favorite book series. It just ended up a Legion of Superheroes arc, so if you're one of the guys who really like the Legion and is bummed out because it was getting canceled, I'd recommend the arc. And the current two story arcs are one about Watchtower, which is like the Smallville AI, and her dealing with less. And the second one is Wonder Woman. It's a Smallville universe. And my second recommendation is Batman 66. Probably the most fun I've had with the comic this year. It's unabashed 60s Batman. So, I mean, if you want to see a very lighthearted take on the Caped Crusader and watch Robin get an 8-time driver's license, I'd recommend it.
I'm with you on the Batman 66 piece, man. I was reading that the other day. That was fantastic.
It's like at the narration by
and you can't read it to yourself. You can't read it to yourself without picturing yourself in a West voice.
You got anything you want to shout out, Bob?
No, I think Batman 66 was one of the best things I've read so far of late.
I gotta read that.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the Trinity War.
Yep.
But that's about it.
Yep. Again, every time somebody asks me to recommend, I have to recommend Rachel Rising. Great comic. Terry Moore. Think Salem witch trials in present day, basically. It's great. And I finally got to process all of the Hellblazer trade that I got. If you want to see great Constantine, real Constantine, get that.
Definitely.
They're reissuing all the trades. They're up to number 5 right now, but so great. But
and if we're recommending non-DC stuff, I just got the trade of the first trade of Strangers and Paradise, also by Terry Moore. It's probably one of the greatest things I've been reading right now. Because she was so awesome.
Yeah, as far as non-DC books goes, the Superior Spider-Man is at the top of my stack every time it comes in. I know that's an unpopular opinion among a lot of people, but I really enjoy the take on it.
Yeah. And really, anything with the Dark Universe for DC has been great. With Justice League Dark, all that.
And probably my last advice, I kind of had this epiphany when earlier this week when me and Jeremy did a chat, and we were talking about Amethyst and how he greatly preferred the comics Game of Thrones, and I could really enjoy the Magical Girl Sailor Moon cartoon version. It's just something where I want to say, don't get mad because somebody likes Superior Spider-Man is fine. Because the beauty of this that we love so much is that there are thousands of infinite variations of the characters that we enjoy. And because you may not like a certain character doesn't mean that someone else doesn't like it or likes it. And to look at the beauty of how these characters can appeal to all races, creeds, whatever you want. People are complaining about the Spider-Man guy saying he wouldn't matter if Spider-Man is gay. You got people who complain about Miles Morales. At the end of the day, who cares? We just want to see the good guys beat up the bad guys, and everyone goes. I mean, doesn't matter if you like Emmy, Marvel, DC, Valiant. Just enjoy the funny stuff.
Thank you, Isaiah.
There you go. Enough said.
Dropping down a watch. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We actually had really good turnout this week. 5 people.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
See you in the next hangout.
All right, guys. See you next week.